Welcome, everyone.
I wasn't
to this
serious.
live stream. I want to thank everyone so much for stopping by.
Why would you do that?
What do you mean? You told me to do it.
I was sarcastic.
Whatever, dude. You're such a hater, man. So Rob with RNG Games, he decided that he wasn't going to be able to make it to today's stream. So he wanted to still be here in his presence. So he at least has the video running. So it's just going to be his chair and his mic. But before we get into it, Alex, anything you want to say to get the thing rolling?
Dude, you better let him know when he gets back live because
let him know.
He's gonna come spouting off and get himself in trouble.
Oh my God, Alex, is there anything you want to say to the people before we get going?
Hi, people.
Hi, people. All right, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, subscribe. Oh, I need to add. That reminds me, I need to add Rob's link to the video. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below, subscribe. Alex's link will be in the thing down below, and then I'm also gonna add Rob's down below. Alex, where do you want to begin while we wait for Rob?
I don't even know, dude. What just happened?
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Where do you want to start? We're gonna start. What is it? What's the topic? The market is changing. Adapt or die. Well, we could start with the adapt, and we could end with the die.
Oh my God, I think that's a great place to start. I think that if we're talking about the adapt, something about transitioning, isn't that what we talked about, Alex?
Rob, we're live, dude. Eli actually hit the live button,
I accidentally hit live. Alex goaded me into clicking live.
So don't say all the stuff you were saying before we got.
Okay. All right.
Rob from RNG Games, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Inside voices.
Inside voices.
No, man. I mean, yeah, stuff's definitely changing, right? Like, you know, where it's no longer a race to buy products as soon as they're released to try to get a deal because you know it's going to be exponentially more in the weeks coming. I mean, I think we're back to the I'm gonna wait type style where, you know, after release things are gonna price erode away again until, you know, months after, until they finally reach a bottom, unless they have a reprint or a restock and go even lower. And I just think we're gonna go back to the point where you want to wait, you know, anywhere between 1 to 6 months to buy into new sets and new cards, unless you're like trying to make a grading play or out the rip or something, or you know, you need product for like your store or streams. I think we're definitely going to more of a wait mode. I don't think anything's a rush to buy anymore.
I'm curious, Rob. I want to obviously get you involved. First and foremost, thank you so much for obviously stopping onto the channel.
Yeah.
What is your kind of input within your side of the market? For a lot of people that don't know who Rob is, I mean, he's been on the channel a handful of times. You do a little bit more of a traditional / non-traditional route of business, I guess. But to be fair, you are in the TCG space.
It is non-traditional, yes.
What are you kind of seeing? Are you seeing anything different specifically with the way in which the market is right now in your school?
No, I mean, that's the thing. It seems different, but it's the same. This happens all the time. Markets go up, markets come down. It is what it is. Maybe we haven't seen it this crazy in a very long time, but you know, it's definitely being blown crazy out of proportion due to all the live streams, all the rip and ships, all the stuff like that, whatnot. It's crazy. All these things are crazy. If I don't price my cards in my store above market price, I will literally get blown out in a single day by someone on buying my stuff and just buying it at market, selling it at 130, 140% on live stream. It is what it is. So you have to like kind of price your things accordingly where they can't do that. That's the only thing I really had to adapt to, is because every week I would have the same few people come in, buy everything, and then I'm sitting there like a bozo at the card shows trying to buy things back from the same people for, you know, 110, 120%, just so I can have it in my case. So that's the only thing I've had to do, is just kind of price my things a little bit above market just so I can keep it for a little bit so it can go to someone who really wants it.
Well, here, Rob, how long have you been in business now? Like what, 5 years?
5 years, yeah.
Okay, so I want to like frame this question the right way, because every time we talk about this, things like this, people think like you're trying to like create beef, or we're trying to like talk down on other people. It has nothing to do with that. I just want everyone to get like the real information from people that actually have been here, not just say they've been here forever. So guys, like each one of us, me, Eli, Rob, we've been here during the 2020, 2021 COVID boom and 2022 bust and all throughout in between. How was business in 2021, 2022 after things, crashed?
Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad. Oh my God. I was buying boxes for Fusion Strike. I guess, wholesale costs. Everyone knows wholesale costs. There's no secret here. Maybe it depends how much you order, $90 to $100. That's what you get in boxes for. But then it was probably like 79 to 88 or whatever it was. I forget. But the boxes on the secondary market were 75 to 90. So there was no way to make money. No way at all.
So how are you making money?
I wasn't. I wasn't.
To say through my bulk and my singles.
Well, yeah, of course. You have to figure it out. But like, if you get into business just thinking you could flip boxes all day, you're gonna have a rude awakening soon. That is not how it works. The TCG industry. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be off of the secondary market of the cards you buy in your store from customers. It's not off of just flipping boxes all day. I would be ecstatic if I could make $5 off a box selling it online. That would be, I was like, oh, this is beautiful.
And that was what I was trying to get at. It's like, all these people that have been in business now for 5+ years, everybody survived down the downturn. It wasn't this hobby where, if I can't make exponential amounts on sealed product, I'm doomed type thing.
No, you got to set your foundation in place. And if your foundation is built off flipping sealed product and graded cards, you're going to have a very, very hard time. Yeah. Now it's like, but like,
it was just a different business model back, like during when times were slow. It was much more of like, how much can you sell? Like it was very much turnover. It wasn't like high margin. It was very much low margin. And then you're just selling as much as you can. Whereas now you just can't really get access to nearly as much product from distribution. And so you're getting much higher margin if you can get it from distribution, but you're kind of capped. And so you're very limited on what you're able to really have as an upside straight from distro. You have to still go to the secondary market and try and play something similar.
Yeah. I mean, like, if I was like, we're sitting on probably 100 boxes of each set right now, just, for the store and everything like that. Just because every week for League, we go through a case of packs in just prizing, and, we don't upcharge the League. Everyone that plays in the League, they get boxes for MSRP on release. We do that for them. And they love it right now. So if I could theoretically just sell all my boxes and make 20 or 30 grand right now for whatever it is, but I can't, because I have to hang on to those customers that come week in, week out for League and want prizing. That's the reason why we've had such an acceleration in our leagues, is because we have the prizing to be able to do that for them. When other stores that just, flip the product the minute they get it, don't have that. So in the downtime, when the product isn't going to be selling for double or triple MSRP, they're still going to come back, hopefully, theoretically, to play in League. And, that's another thing. What a store opening up just wanting to flip product is not going to have a good time when the market goes down. But to be completely honest with you, to be frank, those stores probably weren't going to be around anyway, just because of how they built the business. So you got to build the business right.
Good advice. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I see someone said my mic's quiet. I just checked; it's up like 100%. So
you sound good. You sound good on my end.
It sounds good on my end too.
All right.
I think it might be them. So Rob, you obviously are talking right now about like some of the stuff that you're doing for your regulars that come in for your events. How are your just general events doing within each TCG player?
Oh, it's crazy. Pokemon, it's full every week. We can sit 40, so we have pretty much almost 40 people every week. Pre-releases, we have to turn people away, which sucks, but we're moving to a bigger store soon. Our Yu-Gi-Oh nights are really good. I had to do another night for that just because of the growth of that. So now we have 2 nights of that. Are you all right? What happened to you?
you said Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, I get it now.
Yu-Gi-Oh. You don't offer Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh's great, man. The players are great. It's if you don't start it.
All I'm saying is that in Yu-Gi-Oh's code of conduct.
Yeah, of course. That's everybody. Everybody's gonna have a few stinkers. It happens. Every trading card, there's gonna be people like just get off work and come straight to the store because they want to play. I get it. That's when you, as the shop owner, you need to have some sort of, device to permeate the air with, like TCG Shop Simulator. They have that.
This is amazing. This is a serious topic of conversation.
It is. It is. My store, I have wax melts, like wax melters strategically placed throughout the store to make it smell good. What else?
Are really selling owning a card shop. It sounds fun.
Magic's been great. I mean, Magic's always been good. It's not the best for events because everyone just wants to play casual Commander, which I get. But our Friday Night Magic, we normally get 1 to 2 pods going of draft, which is like 8 to 16 people. Our Saturday we do modern events, always fire, but kind of a little light with people, probably like same thing, 8 to 16 people. But on our free Commander nights, it's always pretty packed. It used to be like 40 people always. Now, a lot of stores have opened up in the area, so has been kind of cannibalizing the free Commander night type thing. So maybe we'll get like 20 to 30 people for that. But it's all been great. We're closed Mondays, so no event on that day. But the new store, we're going to be open 7 days a week. So been thinking of what game to bring in. It's probably going to be like One Piece or the new Riftbound for Mondays.
So just those 3 for now then?
Yeah, I just do the big 3.
What would you say has been your biggest success in getting kind of people through the door to be a part of the events?
Well, Pokemon, of course. Once they hear they get a box and MSRP, if they play in the league, they're like, sign me up.
He gives a
when do you give it out?
On release day. Well, when we're able to sell it. So that Monday or Tuesday before release day.
Well, when you're trying, so like, how Pokemon obviously has their big tournaments that they host.
Yeah.
Kind of like RCQs, obviously, for Magic. What do your numbers typically look like for something like that?
We don't even run those.
Really?
No, we just do I do no like championship type stuff just because we wouldn't be able to hold it.
Yeah, that makes sense. How was Spider-Man and Avatar for the store?
Spider-Man was the worst performing one. We had like 25 or 30 people. Not both. We have had like 60, I think, participants throughout all 3. I think we did, which isn't good. But Avatar did really well. First night sold out. Second night we had like 30 something people. So Avatar did way better. Not as good as Final Fantasy. It sold out every night.
Of course.
Yeah, but
what about the general like product sales? Have you seen a kind of change in the market with the most recent sets for Magic compared to?
Oh yeah.
Let me ask you this: how was your Edge numbers compared to, we'll say, Spider-Man or Avatar?
Edge did way better than both of them, probably put together.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because dude, you had that like stint where you had Tarkir, which did really well for us, obviously Final Fantasy, and then Edge did phenomenal, and then all of a sudden it just like fell off a cliff.
Well, Spider-Man was just a bad player set. You know, it was supposed to be a small set like Assassin's Creed, and then at the last minute they just crammed a bunch of crap into it. You can't do that. It's not going to work out. You know, you could bait a card in there, a $50,000 card, but the average Magic player doesn't give a shit about that. So you can't like. Oh, I can't curse? Am I not allowed?
No, you're good. You're good.
The average Magic player doesn't really, care about that. So you can't build
Eli actually fines you $10 for each word because that's how much ad revenue he loses.
Yeah, right.
You're never going to make Magic really collectible. So you have to cater to the players. I know with Final Fantasy, it was kind of like a one-off thing where people were collecting it, but that's not 90% of the Magic. I would say 99% of the Magic players. They're not collectors. They're not people that engage with Magic. They're not really collectors. They're players. You get the 1% like me.
Who's buying all these collector boxes then?
It's a great question.
I mean, in comparison to what they make of play boosters, I think people think they make a lot more than they actually do. I mean, players do buy them, but they buy one. They're not buying, cases and cases and cases. But
so it's not like Pokemon where people like want to bling their decks out with all the top like.
I mean, that is there, but they'd rather buy the single.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. What are you? Here's a good question maybe to ask. How are your play boxes sales compared to your collector boxes sales?
Oh, it's like 10x over.
For what? What sells better?
Play boxes.
Really? So play boxes sell really well for you?
Yeah, I mean, I try to always be under market on those just because I know collector boxes aren't forever. So I'm more under market on my play boxes, which probably incentivizes people to buy more of it, but
let me ask
also
you this.
The price point.
Well, let me ask you this: how do you handle being under market with sets that are selling at wholesale?
Well, yeah, obviously I have a floor price. My floor price on like play boxes are 129. So if they're going for like 110 online, I'm not going to match 110. I try to have a floor price on there just so I can make something.
Yeah.
But, if it's not selling and I have abundance of it, I'll just open it.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
another evil card shop owner. He just wants to make a profit.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Imagine.
Dude, scalper.
That's
well, because I know I can open this product and have every single card sold in 15, 20 days. Whether, I break even or not, I'll probably break even just because of how I built the business. I'd rather break even than 100% lose selling them on TCG Player, eBay, at wholesale.
Right.
So I'd rather put in the work, break even, make a little bit, or 100% I'm losing if I sell it whole. 100%.
Right. Well, because if you look at like right now, obviously Spider-Man, one of the more recent sets, that one's below wholesale, and Avatar is probably like, it depends on your cost, obviously, but it's like 19 to like $25 above wholesale at this point. So you've seen a huge adjustment in those play boxes compared to obviously some of the more recent sets. I'm curious, not to kind of beat a dead horse with this, so we'll move on a little bit. Where are you thinking about Lorwyn? What's your kind of sentiment you think about that?
Oh, it's going to be a great one. That's going to be a good one. Yeah. The people love that block. They love the just the cards in general from that set. So they're going to probably, unless they completely drop the ball, they're going to juice it up. But they gotta change the way they're doing the like chase cards and things like that. They have to they have to adjust what they're doing a little bit, especially with like the eternal slot in there and things like that. It's just sometimes it just doesn't hit right, and I just think they have to revisit it. They got away from serialized, thank God. No one buys them.
Whoa, now
they're just rocks,
dude. Serialized is where it's at, bro.
It is the weird, like, what's the word I'm looking for? A paradox, where you've got people that open product to chase serialized, but then no one actually wants to buy them.
No one wants to buy them. Could you imagine if Pokemon did a serialized card? How crazy that would be?
Yeah, everyone would want to buy it. Yeah.
So let me ask you guys something. Do you guys, both your opinions, do you think it's been more Magic just releasing too much Universes Beyond, like too quick, like all together? Or is it just the IPs they're releasing just aren't hitting the way Final Fantasy? Do you think there's other IPs that could have hit better?
I don't think there's ever going to be another Final Fantasy. That was a one-off type craziness. I can't really think of another IP that would draw that much. Maybe Marvel, like when they do the Marvel set, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's a mix of things for me, and I'm just kind of giving you my feedback and the feedback I got from everyone else. The Spider-Man set didn't have a ton of crossover, and so people really complained about that. The general mechanics that they introduced in Spider-Man, people were like, it's okay. And there wasn't any like cards that people were looking at from that set and saying like, I have to have it. And then on top of that, the art designs, people were not like wowed by it. And then of course as well, there wasn't any serialized cards that you were chasing after. Like you could chase after the Soul Ring, but people were like, who cares? Whereas with Final Fantasy, there was way more crossover in the IP. You had some insane game-breaking cards like Vivi that they introduced that completely changed the meta. And so it like literally broke the game for so many reasons.
Yeah, they just have to get to making more new cards.
Yeah.
Like that's what they have to do. They can't just keep reprinting the same shit and expect people to buy it.
And they had some insane artwork. Like I know nothing about Final Fantasy, but the Stay With Me card, which is their version of the Ristic, it's one of my favorite cards. And I know nothing about the scene, and one of my buddies was telling me about the lore of the scene, and I'm like, I love this card. Like this is such a gorgeous card, and it's an extremely playable card. Like Ristic is one of those cards that is thrown in so many blue decks.
Ristic Study, doesn't matter how many times you print it, it'll be a $40, $50 card.
Yeah.
But
have you guys take a look at like the SpongeBob Topps Chrome?
Oh my God.
Well, dude, think about like, so obviously it's not a game, right? It's just Topps. Dude, the boxes are like $400 or so. And what do they have? They got, signatures, they got serialized, they got like, I don't know. I feel like the people that are buying a collector box, they want something like that. Whereas I think you guys are right about the play boxes. They want playable cards. I don't know how you make a collector box without some sort of like crazy chase that's like, special.
I've been saying this since they started doing the art cards. And they just put the stupid foil stamp on there. If they put an actual art card with an actual artist signature in it, an actual thing like that, I think that would do tremendously better than they think it would do.
Yeah,
in a collector product. But they'll never
like artists. People love following artists.
Yeah, but they'll never do it because then they have to pay the artists what they should get paid. They'll never do that. So
yeah, who wants to do that? Jeez.
Golly.
We're not against people getting paid in the collectible hobbies.
No, everyone's got to get paid. I mean, everyone's got to make money. Everyone has to. And the person buying the end product has to feel that they're getting value out of that product, or else they're not going to buy it.
I don't want any artists scalping their signatures on me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right though. I think like there's definitely a line there. It's just like figuring out where that line is and what people value. Like you said, what they value. And I think you're right. I think people value an artist's signature. Like I think that's a valuable item, a collectible.
I mean, that's sure that wouldn't carry the product. I'm just throwing things out there. But what they actually have to make is a well-balanced, good set with playable cards. That's the only thing that really sells a product for Magic is the playability of it.
Do you think Final Fantasy was just that good of a playable
set? It had everything.
It had like I said, it had the amazing art designs. It had a player base that people love. Like people love the cards that were in it. Like I said, VV was game breaking. It had serialized chocobos, and it also as well had an IP that people had a much better crossover for. Because there's just more fans of Final Fantasy. Like when Final Fantasy was happening, I had so many people like, I grew up with Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is one of my favorite games, but Spider-Man, it's not as broad as just Marvel. It's like a specific superhero. And so you have to not only be a Marvel fan, but you then also have to specifically be a Spider-Man fan. And so you're narrowing down people that are a part of your hobby that might like something like that.
Yeah. How many years has Final Fantasy been, how many games have they had? It's been 30 plus years.
And it was big. It was a big set.
Yeah, it's sure. Spider-Man's been around for that long too, but it's a comic, like it doesn't make that same emotion as playing a game does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't translate as well as they thought it would.
Well, and as someone who opened both sets, a Spider-Man, it felt like I was pulling the same cards over and over and over again because it was such a smaller set. Whereas with Final Fantasy, I was opening new cards. It felt like every single pack. And it felt like it was so much more of an experience because you're like, oh, wow, I get to see this cool art design, where it's like, great, it's my 10th Miles Morales I just pulled. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I didn't open a single box. And that's telling. I normally open a lot. I didn't open one of Spider-Man. I opened 50 collector boxes of Final Fantasy.
We went through probably like 20 boxes or so of Final Fantasy collectors on stream. I had trouble selling one box of Spider-Man. I had to discount it down to where I was like basically breaking even, if not losing a little after fees, just to move the last few packs we had. Not even one 12-pack collector box. Like no one cared.
Yeah.
Like collectors didn't want to open it. I don't know.
I mean, people will care eventually because there's a fucking $50,000 card in it, but it's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah. It was definitely a disappointment for me because I didn't open any Avatar because of how Spider-Man made me feel. Because I opened a ton of Edge. I thought the flavor of Edge was super fun. The station mechanic I really enjoyed. I thought it was an awesome concept, and it had some really cool cards in it, some really good cards, especially for Commander. And so I really enjoyed opening Edge of Eternities, and then Marvel Spider-Man. I was like, this is an awful experience, and I just don't want to open another set until I see there's a bunch of competitive cards that are worth like chasing.
Yeah, I think
the universe
he said some pretty big things here, guys. So let's talk about the market a little bit. So Rob is one, expanding to a larger store. Two, you said you're putting what, like 100 boxes of like each set. You have those in inventory. So you're not, fire selling, dumping product. You're comfortable holding this inventory. Yeah. I think these are pretty strong signs of where at least you feel things are headed next year.
Yeah. I mean, whether it's up or down, I don't care. It literally does not matter to me if the boxes sell at 120 or 270. It's not going to be like this forever. You have to capture the regular people that come to your store every week, day in, day out, whether it's up or down. So you gotta take care of the people that take care of you. And that's what I've been trying to do since this crazy freaking bull market has been everything's flying off the shelves. Sure, you got to make money. And I understand the people that can't get stuff. But if you could survive now and build that foundation of people coming to your store every week, you're going to be all right when you can get stuff. And, it sucks for the new people starting out. Believe me, I've been inundated with like emails, DMs, all sorts of things, new stores popping up that want to get stuff, but I get it. But, I've built my allocations in the times when no one wanted anything. Right. So to be completely honest with you, I'm not gonna give stuff away to people that are just because they just started a store now. It sounds screwed up, but I've I've skinned my knee, so it's time for you to skin your knee and figure it out.
What's your feelings on Phantasmal Flames with the second wave coming? Do you think we're going to see a $200 box? Do you think it's going to get that low?
I don't think the booster boxes, the UPCs, the second wave is ginormous. You gotten your numbers for your second wave, Eli? I don't know.
I got my numbers a while ago. For Southern Hobby, our first wave was like 580 and our second wave is like 650. Like it's more than the first wave. Yeah,
I got double what I got in my first wave.
So are we thinking MSRP?
Double? Wait, what distro?
I PhD.
Yeah. PhD. That makes sense.
That's Eli's favorite.
You don't like PhD? They've always done right by me. I love them.
Dude, here's my thing with PhD. Our product every single time always comes in late on every new set release.
Okay.
We always get our allocation numbers last from them.
They're last minute with that because they don't
always last minute.
They'll only tell. Well, that was my problem with Southern is they, I don't want to talk bad, but they,
it's okay. No one watches this.
when what was it? What set was it? Prismatic. When Prismatic came out, I did my pre-sale through Patreon, everything like that. I was talking with my rep and everything like that. And I was like, all right, so I'm good to do a pre-sale on this. I'm good with these numbers. Yeah, your spend is ridiculous. You're going to get it. It's no big deal. It's fine. You could sell it. And this is like probably the second time they screwed me over. The first time they did it with Star Wars, ordered like 500 booster boxes. They're like, yeah, we're going off of your total spend on TCG category for Star Wars. You're good. You're good to go. Sold like 400 boxes, dude. Like, it was insane. I get my allocation, fucking 6 boxes. And I told him, I was like, dude, like, are you kidding me? You told me, you said I'm good. You said I'm getting this. You said my spend is ridiculous. And at this point, I think I spent with them for the year, it was like 1 point something million. It was a lot. 6 boxes. I was like, dude, they ended up coming through. So I guess a lot of people got screwed on that and they took stuff from them. But I got my boxes. They took care of me on that one. But it was a lot of sleepless nights of wondering if I'm going to have to do $40,000-$50,000 in refunds. And taking a financial loss on that.
So were you going, I'm just curious, when you were kind of like anticipating that you were going to get your fill, was that based off of what your sales rep was saying or based off of what it was showing in the portal?
Showing in the portal and what my sales rep was saying.
Okay. So I was about to say, for me, I love my sales rep. He's awesome, but I don't do anything until I see that little asterisk with the allocation final.
There was, there was little asterisks, whatever said.
That's.
And judging off my hype man, which is my sales rep, I think I just got too friendly with my sales rep. Is what happened. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a friendly guy. I talk to my sales rep even when I'm not ordering anything. We bullshit.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the thing. And he was just saying, there's no way you're not going to get filled on this and just taking it at that. I also talked to the buyer over there too. So it's like, I have the buyer in my ear saying, yeah, you're fine. And my sales rep. So, going off that, I was like, okay, I'm good to go. I wasn't good to go. Yeah. Prismatic Evolution, same thing. I think I pre-sold like 400 ETBs. I got 100. And I was like, what the fuck?
I know Pokémon, he got really screwed. That's it too.
Yeah, I had to buy stuff off TCG Player, eBay, other stores just to help me fill my order. But at that time, I was like, dude, you lost me. And you're gonna lose my magic too. You can't keep doing this to me. So I called PhD and I'm like, guys, could you help me fill this order? If you help me fill this order, you got me on every TCG category. And they were like, truck's coming. And I was like, okay, you got me. So now I'm with PhD.
How is the pricing compared to Southern from PhD switching over?
They matched everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, listen, the only way you're going to get me is if you match what they were giving me.
Yeah.
The only thing they couldn't match was collector boxes. And it's like only $1 or $2 over what I was paying. And, you know, we don't get like thousands of collector boxes. You get like, you know, less. So if I got to spend an extra $400 or $500 a set or $1,000 a set in order to actually get what I'm getting, it's worth it.
Yeah, the biggest thing I guess have run into issues with is outside of the allocations always being given last second and the shipments always showing up late, which is a big thing for me when I've got a bajillion people that are messaging me, where's my shipment? Where's my shipment? Is the fact that they also as well, like if I order from Southern or other distros like GTS that have multiple other warehouses, it's like, all right, cool. You pull from this warehouse. Here's your expected shipping time. If I order from another warehouse from PhD, I might as well just like expect it to be a month. And it's because with some of the other distros, they go more off of like a, oh, okay, well, it's first come, first serve. If you can find the product and you can sell it, congrats, sales rep, you made your bag. But with Peach State, it's like, no, we have a limited amount of product that we want to make sure it's equitable so that each sales rep gets their share. And so I can go look and it'll say in the Texas warehouse that there's product available, but then they'll be like, actually, we're going to cut you on 80% of what you requested because so-and-so sales rep got mad that you were pulling from their warehouse to get inventory from them. And you have to pull from your own warehouse that's closest to you if you want to get it filled. And if it isn't that quantity, well, then you're SOL. And that was where it got upsetting to me.
They're very much regional. So if it's not at the home warehouse, they're gonna, you know, take care of the reps that in other states too. I could see that, but your numbers probably they're way higher than me. Like way once you get to like what you're doing with the wholesale thing, like you have to be you should be a distributor at this point. Like seriously.
I'm definitely getting there. I'm definitely getting close. I mean, it's not like I would be a very small distributor, but I could be one relatively soon, depending on how the market changes. But like, it's one of those things where when I went to PhD, because I was like, listen, guys, like I'm always willing to do business with people because like for me, I never want to like always be 100% on one thing, right? I could love a rep or a distro and then something could happen and that feeling could change. I could not love a rep or I could not love a distro and then something can happen that can change, right? I'm always open-minded with that. And I came to them one time and was like, I want this price. Half the stuff they couldn't price match me on, and the other half of items they couldn't get me the matching quantity of what I wanted. So that where it was for me, it was like, all right, well, if you guys can't even get me the quantity, let alone the price, it becomes more difficult. But like you said, obviously, how much did you get for Mega boosters? We'll say booster boxes.
I don't get a lot, to tell you the truth. Like I think 240 I got.
Okay. Yeah, we got over 3,000.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dude, you're like that's like that's almost probably as much as a single warehouse gets in a distributor.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. We're typically in the Reno location. We're usually the number one or a top 3 allocated store.
Yeah.
With our main distro.
Yeah, you're at that level where you should be thinking of contacting the manufacturer and seeing what the MOQ is to be a distributor.
Yeah. No, it definitely be something that could be interesting to do down the line. I don't know. I like going the retail route too, and I don't know what the logistics of that would look like.
It's just you're definitely capped on your growth right now because of that.
Because of the market, yeah.
Not just because of the market, just because of the sheer volume of stuff you get. Like the market is going to change, obviously, probably soon, but still you're still at that point where even if the market changes, you might not get everything.
Well, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you would know this answer, but from what I've been told from both my distros and then other people, having a second location opens up quite a bit.
Well, in a different region, you're
Right.
still capped by your region. Yeah. If you open up a store in a different area, different state, completely closer to another warehouse location. Yeah.
Alex. Yeah, we've had conversations about this before. Not to get too far off track, I have one question I want to ask you, Rob, before we really get deep dive into Pokemon. This is a Magic question. Where do you feel like the Magic space is currently? Like, how are you feeling about it? Do you feel like there's some weakness? Do you feel like we're going to rebound here with Lorwyn? And then 2, how are you feeling about Commander deck plays nowadays?
Yeah, I completely, ever since I kind of, I don't want to say I mainstreamed it, but ever since I made a video 2 years ago about breaking down Commander decks and making money that way, it hasn't really been equitable to do so unless you catch a reprint and you're first to market. You either got to be first to market or last to market with, anything really. But with Magic product, it's definitely, there's a lot more home sellers doing Magic than Pokemon just on TCG Player. Just because it's easy to get Magic, and it's, if people can make 10 or 15% doing a mass box opening, they're going to do it from home because their overhead's low. So that really depresses the secondary market on a lot of these things. But yeah, I no longer do that as far as breaking down Commander products and things like that. It's just not worth the time right now. So I just don't even mess with it. What I do is during a second reprint, I'll order an immense amount of it and just sit on it until eventually they don't reprint them forever. I don't,
Yeah.
People think they do, but they don't. And wait for that one deck in there to go, crazy, go up to $100, and then you sell that one, and then you break down the rest.
That's still have over 100 Mind Flayers from Baldur's Gate.
Oh shit. That's a good one.
I'm thinking possibly, maybe it's a bad bet. I'm thinking Velociraptor might be that for Ixalan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was selling those for like 110.
It's such a good out the box deck.
Yeah.
It's so strong. Oh, the only one I can think of that's like really strong out the box outside of Velociraptor is like the Mothman.
Yep.
Like, it's just so good. Like when you have decks like that and they're out of print a year or two later, yeah, it just feels so good.
Yeah, it's like the growth on those, it's like insane.
Yeah.
It'll all of a sudden grow like 30% overnight, and you're like, okay, I can start selling them now.
So then so you're obviously sitting on Commander decks right now, waiting till they go out of
Bloomburrow. I've been sitting on a lot.
Print. Dude, I know, right? Bloomburrow's going to be so huge. Dude, the thing about Bloomburrow is I think in this current block, I still think Bloomburrow's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, my favorite deck to play is Bumbleflower. I'm such a Bumbleflower stan though. But yeah, no, that's a good one. So then where are you getting most of your bulk at this point that you're selling?
Well, recently I made a connection with someone in California who, runs a bunch of different other businesses and got into Magic, and he's been buying out like stores and stuff like that. So what he does is he sifts it and he sends me all of the sifted stuff for me to do what I do. So I get pallets of bulk from him. So that's kind of how things have been going with that. I don't really sift anymore because just the time to sift takes me away from actually constructing the lots and making them and getting them on Amazon, Walmart, and everything like that. So I don't care if it's sifted bulk. I don't care if you pulled out every single card of value. You know, I still buy it. So I've been getting my pallets from him. Those are, you know, because I could buy a card for a penny, sell it for 6 cents. I know it doesn't sound pretty, but that's the industry. It's not pretty. It's small margins and mass volume. That's kind of how you make money in this industry.
Are you still buying Magic from people that just come into the store with their collections?
Yeah. I you know, it's the same rate. I do like $10 per 1,000 for Magic. Pokemon, I'm not buying currently. Just Magic bulk.
Yeah. Any reason why?
I don't have the time. No, I don't have the time. My machines are completely occupied from Magic, from like open to close. So it's I'd have to buy another machine. I'm probably at that point where I have to buy another fizz batch or two, but I just haven't done it yet because, you know, we're moving soon. So I have to like kind of prioritize that first.
So your biggest moneymaker then is realistically the Magic lots, if we're talking about like bulks related.
I mean, we do a lot of that. I would probably say like every year across all platforms, we probably sell like 50 to 60,000 units of that.
What do you price them at?
I mean, you know, everyone they range anywhere between like $6 to like 20 or 30. It depends what platform, what I'm selling, it just depends what I'm making at the time. But
what platforms are you selling on?
eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Target. I haven't started like directly on the website yet, which I probably will soon, just to be able to do it a little cheaper. And, you know, if people need bulk, I'm probably going to have a relatively endless supply of it. Sure, it will be sifted, but even direct, if people want to buy a pallet of Magic from me, they could.
Well, I mean, bulk can be used specifically in Magic for so many different things.
Yeah.
And
some people just want a place to start. You know, A lot of people see selling bulk as, you know, especially, you know, they're taking all the value out of it. Yeah. If you're buying bulk on the secondary market, you have to put that all the cards of significant value are going to be taken out of it. Like, that's just the reality of it. So you have to figure out another way to get it besides jumping on eBay and typing in Magic lot and buying something on eBay, because 99.99% of the time it's going to be from someone like me or another store who has the infrastructure in place to pull out the cards that of value very quickly. And that's what you're going to get. You're going to get cards. Sure, the value, if you put the value of every single card you got in that bulk lot, it's probably going to be what you paid. But if you're looking to resell it, there's no resale value in it. It's for people just starting out looking for a place to start.
So a percentage of your entire business, what percentage of the sales do you think are the bulk lots over all platforms?
Oh, it's good. It's not that good. The margins are probably good, but
like 20%?
Less than that. Maybe
really?
15%. Yeah. But it's, you know, it's a big 15% when the margins are like 1,000%.
Yeah, fair. Where do you and we'll just answer this question, then we'll move on. Where are you feeling about just Magic in general right now? Like, how strong? Because obviously the market's been pretty parabolic in a lot of the TCGs. How do you feel about just, you know,
I'd say Magic is probably the healthiest it's been in a long time. I know it doesn't feel that way, but if a set comes out and it's over what I paid for it, I'm ecstatic. Yeah. That's all I care about. If it's over what I paid for it, it's healthy. I don't care if it's $10 over what I paid for it. It's healthy. I'm coming from a point in time when I was buying new Streets of New Capenna collector boxes off of distribution for $180 and they're selling for $120.
Yeah.
So it's healthy.
Do you sell or do pre-sales on TCG Player?
No.
No.
Don't even mess with it.
Yeah. Is there a reason why?
it's never worked out. You know, the only cards that are gonna sell are the cards that are gonna spike. So why do that? You know, it's the players know the cards better than you. So I don't sell anything until 2 weeks after release.
Really?
Yeah, I
Are
only
you
do
breaking stuff down following up to that point, or not until it's...
No, not even anymore. I don't even do mass box opening of new sets. I haven't done it since I don't even remember. Maybe Thunder Junction was the last one I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you just getting nervous of the volatility?
No, not really. I just ran out of time.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, we get 200 to 300 orders a day on TCG Player alone, not including Manipool, not including eBay, Amazon, the website. So it's like, it's just a time thing at this point. And, you know, from what I did back when I used to do it, you know, learning from my past experiences, I'm going to get bought out on the card that's going to spike, and I'm going to lose out on, you know, $1,000 in profit just because people know the market better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a question for both of you guys, because, like, you know, I've done like a lot of research into, you know, different ways to expand and different, like, you know, things to offer. Do you think like there's card shops out there that almost do a lot of things that aren't super high margin? They're almost more built to just like keep people having jobs, to where it's enough to pay for the employee and maybe make a little bit. Whereas, like, if you didn't do that at all, it wouldn't really affect your bottom line in terms of profit, but it keeps enough revenue and enough profit to kind of keep the employee paid and in full hours. And do you think that happens a lot?
I mean, a lot of stores are opened by people who just want a place to play.
Yeah.
That's literally like what I would say.
I go through my head a lot. I try to like do all the numbers. I'm just like,
yeah,
it doesn't even make sense to have this. Like, I'll just work less, or I'll try to do what I'm doing more. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
I would say 60% of the stores that are open are ran by people who just want a place to play.
Yeah.
They're not, you know, they're not business mindset and trying to make a profit. They just want a place to play. And that's never been what I wanted. I wanted a business. So I run it like a business.
Right. No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely have seen card shops where I walk in there and they just have a bunch of employees standing around, and I'm just like, maybe it's just because it's slow, but also at the same time, like, what are we doing here?
I mean, I've even like questioned like some of the local like card shops around me. Like, I'll just like, you know, you get friendly talking with the owner and stuff, and you're just like, you know, they're running you through like their sale, their numbers and things. I'm just like, does it really make sense to even do that or have that person employed? Like,
Yeah, I know it might be different for me because of our kind of card shop, but like the one thing that I've learned is at this point, I'd much rather be overstaffed than understaffed, because my goodness gracious, like there are moments where stuff happens and then all of a sudden you're just like, man, we're one person short. Like if we had one person, it'd make the difference. And so I've had so many instances of that happening. And there's times obviously where it's like, all right, we need people to do stuff. And sometimes we'll send people home early, but we try not to, because we obviously want full-time people getting paid full-time to pay their bills. But with like the growth of our company, it's one of those things where it's like, wow, we went up like crazy. And then we go like this. And wow, we went up like crazy. And then we go like this. And so when you're doing all the hiring, it's usually here. And so because of that, it's like, man, we hired all these people, but it feels like we don't really need a ton of them. And then this happens. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now we need to hire more.
yeah.
And so you kind of have to understand that, like, as you're growing, you're typically hiring these people when you have a second to like take a breath. And then finally, like after that kind of prolonged preparation, it finally comes into play where, all right, here's the responsibilities that we delegated to this person, this person, this person, and here's where we're going to kind of move forward with the game plan. But that's just at least how I operate and how we run things at our shop as we continue to add on more people.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. Like, because I mean, I've went through it in my head so many times, like of adding different things on, and every time I always come back to them, it's like, well, why don't we just stream more? Or why don't I want to do this more instead of that? That seems like a lot of work for small margins. Why don't we just do more of this? You know, like I go, we're like Rob was saying, it's like you end up running out of time and you can't do everything. So you kind of just like let the low margin stuff like go by the wayside because you're like, is it really worth it?
Yeah, like anytime I've ever hired someone has always been to take over a task that I've been doing that I don't want to do anymore, that my time's better utilized doing something else. So I'm like, all right, let me hire someone for this.
1000%.
And this is what they're doing. And that's
and I think that one thing that I've also had to train myself and my employees is that there's so many instances where I'm just like, I could do it better. And I just know that
you're always going to have that. You know, it's your business. Of course, the employee isn't going to be able to, you know, do things as well as you. But 70%, if they get it, that's fine.
70-80%, you're good.
And the thing is, too, is like not only will, you know, mistakes happen, but they'll eventually get it. And then when they've started to take on so much more of your crap because you just keep throwing stuff at them as they are able to prove themselves they can handle it, but then they become overwhelmed and then you hire someone to then work under them. And then they're like, I don't want to delegate that person because I don't trust them. And you're like, dude, I went through the same thing with you. Trust me. I know how it feels. Just please like hand some stuff off to them because it's a chain, right? Like it's me, my wife, and then my wife and our employee Colton, and then Colton, and then another assistant, Matt, and then Matt, and another. It's like it just keeps going down the line of like responsibilities being delegated. And you have to have that chain of not only trust, but also like understanding where the hierarchy is of things and why we're trying to constantly be efficient with our delegating.
Yeah, that's something I've had a big problem with is just delegating responsibilities. Like it's definitely been a pain in my growth just because, you know, anytime there's a little blip in error, you know, they come to me first. I'm like, no. Go to someone else first. And if they can't figure it out, then come to me, please.
Rob's trying to create the old school corporate model, dude. He wants there to be like 4 layers of management before he gets
it's like, I can't find this card. I'm like, neither could I. I haven't touched the TCG player inventory in a year.
Dude, that's the thing that gets me the most is because like, oh, you're the top guy. People immediately assume you know everything, but then there'll be certain things I haven't done in forever. And so when you come to me with that question, I am so far out of the loop on what's going on because I delegated it so long ago that like either I'm just going to message the person for you. And I've stopped doing that because I'm like, why am I doing this where I'm just playing telephone? Like, no, just stop coming to me with this. I haven't done this in forever. Talk to this person. They're much more involved since they've taken over that responsibility. Like we're just wasting our time here trying to like telephone through the problem to the person that you should have reached out to begin with.
Eli actually forgot he was in the card business. He's so far away.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
And sometimes
I had to remind him he owned a card shop.
I feel like I'm just doing admin work at this point. You know, it's just like phone calls and computer stuff and things of that nature. And like day to day in the shop, I'm in the shop maybe 1 or 2 hours a week now. It's not. Dude, yeah.
I relate to that, dude. I keep seeing Instagram videos of like people that have their card businesses and they like have boxes of like top loader cards that are like, oh, look at this really cool holo card, blah, blah. And they're showing off their collection. And I look at that and I'm like, that was such simpler times where you just had to worry about that box of cards that was in front of you and you sold it and that was it.
Yep. The one binder you had.
Yeah.
This is it.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right. So we obviously exhausted Magic. I know a lot of people are here for the Pokemon. So let's really get into the Pokemon. So obviously this is not your kind of forte, but we're always going to drag you into it. Let's talk numbers with Phantasmal. How are you feeling about the set overall? What are your kind of anticipations on, and if you don't have any, we're going to still ask, where you think prices are going to look relatively soon here? And then same thing goes with the ultra premium collection for the Charizard.
Well, UPC is going to be at or below MSRP relatively soon.
below. He said,
you know, maybe like instead of 119, it's gonna be 118, but it's gonna get there.
I changed the name of the video. Just say Charizard UPCs under MSRP. That's all the clickbait you need right there.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think, you know, I could be dead wrong, but to get more on our second wave, almost double, it's very telling of how much they did make of the product. Boxes, I don't think they're going to hit MSRP. If they do, I'll be very surprised, but they're going to get close. I say they're going to get down to like 170.
Really?
180.
Booster boxes?
I mean, I will say, not that this means anything, but right now, Phantasmal is it's moving down again. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the second wave on that is not as large as the UPCs, but it is relatively big, and just from it's very, you know, analytical as far as my store in general.
Well, have you gotten second wave of boosters yet for Phantasmal?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Neither have I. And the box dropped another $10. It's at lowest listed is $258 right now.
Yeah, it's just lack of interest in buying that product in the store.
Yeah.
You know, if we sell a case a week, that would be high.
Yeah, I'm thinking, man, if it keeps, because it feels like it's just bleeding slowly. Like it's slowly dropping in price, and we haven't even gotten the second wave yet. So if it keeps just dropping $10 every like 2 weeks, by the time we get this product, I mean, there's a real possibility it could be right at 200 or slightly below it. Like I think
yeah,
that's where I'm going to hold. I'm thinking it's going to hold the 200 line.
I think 200 is going to be a big psychological barrier for people, and that's going to, I feel like, this is just a guess, right? I feel like 200 is that psychological barrier. If it breaks below 200, the next psychological barrier will be MSRP. And then from there, it just kind of depends on how people are feeling.
Well, it depends on the next set too. If you know, the next main set is a home run, we're off to the races again.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm on the
here. What's that going to psychologically do to everybody seeing every other box more than it? That's what I want to know. Like, if now they're going to look around and say, well, now Stellar Crown, now Paradox, now Base, now Journey. These are all more than Phantasmal.
Well, I mean, I to be completely honest with you, like the people that are in it now probably aren't going to be in it during that time. It's the turnover in Pokemon is, I would say, 3 months now.
It is crazy.
It's
crazy.
so bad.
Dude, I see it in my streams. Like, dude, my turnover rate on streams is high. Like, I have so many new people always coming in, like first time orders, and it's just like, wow. I mean, you thought like the boom Bravo name was 151, then it was surging and the big boom and everything, and we still have tons of people just now entering the hobby right now.
Yeah, and the amount of people that have been trading in cards, just Pokemon, has been crazy. It's just like they treat it just like the stock market. When it's up, they want to buy everything. When it's down, they want to sell everything. And that's just human psychology. You know, you're never going to get away from it. You know,
the formula to success.
They want to buy when it's high because everyone wants it. And when it's low, they don't want it until it starts to go up in price. And that's just how it works. I don't know why. I you know, seeing it from an outside point of view as a person who's never been in it, of course, the thing that's hyped is going to be over everyone's feed on TikTok, on Instagram, on everything, you know, and they're going to want it. Of course, I get that, but like, you have to think of it financially too. You know, you don't want to buy something when it's at its highest, but that's just what people do.
And I've noticed it seems like money doesn't really leave TCG hobbies much. It just moves. Yeah. And I think like, you know, Riftbound is having its little, you know, spurt being new. I think One Piece is having a big run right now with OP13. And then obviously Mega Dream just got released in Japanese. So the money's just kind of being dispersed right now. I think it's just going other places. It's not really leaving.
It rarely leaves. It just gets moved to something else. Yeah. To the people that are staying in it, it's definitely moving fast into One Piece and Riftbound. I'm telling you that much.
Yep.
Yeah, we had some people mention that on stream last week where they're like, what's the next TCG that I'm going to get into if Pokemon slows down? And you're just like,
If you like Pokemon, stay with Pokemon.
Well, dude, it's like a pinball. It's like, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago it was all Japanese, and then like last year it was all Chinese. Earlier this year it's all Chinese, and now it's now it's One Piece. Then it'll be something else. It's like people just kind of bounce around like pinballs to anything that's like hyped up online.
Yeah,
and eventually Pokemon English will get hyped back up. They'll be back into this. It's like
it's the hive mind, man.
Yeah,
people just go with what other people say. It's just what it is. And especially in now with today's, social media, it's propped up on social media.
No, I agree with you, Rob. I think that we're gonna see MSRP for the Charizard at minimum. I
just did a huge sale on my website. MSRP sold out in 8 minutes.
I will say though, that we talked about this on last stream, that like the whole propaganda that was being pushed by a lot of people that were trying to just sell their Discord programs or whatever for Costco drop of it, obviously will play a big factor in how low it drops, since that's not coming. But realistically, like if you're saying to yourself, hey, we got less the first wave than we're going to get the second wave. I mean, last time I remember something like that happening was Chilling Rain, where I got more the second wave of Chilling than I did first. And you know what happened with Chilling booster boxes.
Oh, yeah.
What's crazy too, like
wanted them.
On the other side of that, it's kind of sad, but it's true. It's like everyone posting all the GameStop, pictures of like, having the stacks of Charizard UPCs. Like they're not going to be able to get rid of these at 200. They will. It's Christmas season. The wave probably won't be here in time.
And
all
now
parents are going to watch it. They don't know what they're buying. They're going to pay it.
Yeah. And game stores are now the heroes again because they're charging less than GameStop. So
perfect. Everyone wins.
Yeah. Everyone wins. It's like, oh, wow. I think I was charging before I did the MSRP on it, like 159, I think. I forget. Wow. 159. So it was like people were like blown away by that price. And I'm just like, really? GameStop is what, 200? Same thing with the Chocobo bundles. They were charging 210.
Oh my gosh.
And dude, I'm like, 210. They have no clue about this. It's crazy, their pricing structure. They're either here or here.
Well, it's because like you said, the turnover rate is so low. It's history constantly repeating itself because it's people that come in and they say this is never going to happen, and then it happens, and then they get salty and leave the market, and then new people come in and then they just replicate it. Because it literally feels like a fever dream having this conversation when we literally had this exact same conversation a year and a half ago about the old Charizard Ultra Premiums. And the exact same thing happened where we had a large wave the second go around, and it was at $300 a box, and people were like, $300 a box, there's no way an item could drop, and this item is going to be propped up because it's a Charizard and Charizards are strong. And then it sold for like $75-80
$77 a
people
box.
Were losing their minds saying this is the biggest brick. The fact that it went from 300 to 80 means it'll never ever sell again. Like, and it was the people that were saying that were the same people that were saying, oh my God, if it drops at some point from 300, I'm going to buy so much of it. And then as soon as that it dropped, they were like, oh, it dropped too much. I don't want it anymore.
Yep.
By the way, I'm looking it up right now. So that Charizard Ultra Premium, the first one,
dude, I don't want to talk about it.
Hold on, the release. I think it was released in 2022, right?
Yes.
Anyway, I pulled out a case for streams, and all 4 sold in one stream for 400 apiece.
Yep.
Yeah, I just did the math because I just threw out all the play mats from those and the 151 UPC. I did the math. I counted out the play mats, and today's market value was over $1 million of what I had to open to sell the packs for because no one wanted it.
Well, yeah, because for a while there, I was doing the same thing on streams. UPCs were the cheapest way to get packs when you took into account what the promos were worth.
Well, you know what's also crazy?
UPCs because they were at Costco and everywhere for dirt cheap.
Well, you know what's also crazy too? I didn't really talk about this on stream, but I talked about it a little bit off stream with some people. Some of the Charizard boxes, they had errors on. and they actually had
really?
higher pull rates on IRs or on alternate arts. And I had some people do test samples of it, and they opened like 15 cases worth of the Charizards from their block, and every single one of them had an alternate art in it.
But how would that be worth it to open them?
Because when you were opening them for $88 a box and you were pulling a $300 alternate art from Evolving Skies.
Yeah, but a lot of alt arts are not that much.
I mean, the thing is, though, the packs that were in it, though, made it to where it was worth it, because you were pulling a lot of the Mews, you were pulling a lot of the Gengars, pulling a lot of the SDRs.
Well, yeah, it was another print run, and they didn't get all the hits stolen out of it.
Yeah, so, yeah, right. No, it was a lot of really high valuable alt art cards that you could have pulled, and it made it worth it to actually open it because of the botch block. Because you saw that, actually, weirdly enough, you saw that on the back half of like the Sword and Shield era, where you had certain items that were like god boxes. Like I know you had a Fusion Strike god box,
Silver Tempest,
sleeved. Yeah, we had someone in our program, our mod Alfred, shout out to him. He actually like sent me a video and was like showing me pictures, because he opened one up and he got like so much good stuff from his like cases of sleeve. Like he had bought in cases from the program, and he got like multiple Lugias in one. It was like crazy. Yeah, it was weird. They're the printing on Sword and Shield era back half was insane.
Because they had the hits.
Yeah, he got 3 Lugias, Alfred says. Yeah, shout out to Alfred on that one. Insane. So, but yeah, I
it's like you guys said.
I know we're talking about specific items here, right? Because we're just pointing to what we think is going to drop based off of second waves and stuff. What's your thoughts on Ascended Heroes, Rob?
I don't know, man. I don't look at a set until it comes out. I really don't.
You and Alex both.
I like you, dude.
I don't, because I can't get caught up in that, just because I want the market to do what the market's going to do before I make my decision on anything. It's just
TikTok brains ruined our society.
Yeah, I'm not going to be looking at all the YouTube channels, spitting venom into the set or hyping it up, because 90% of them probably don't know. They're just going off what they feel, and not 90% of the time what they feel is wrong. So I'm just gonna buy the product and sell the product.
Yeah,
that's it. I hope it does well. I hope it sells for MSRP, and everyone wants to buy it at MSRP, and it sells at MSRP. That's my dream. That's any store owner's dream. It comes out, sells at MSRP, and you're able to get it.
And I think our best chance of that's going to be a mainline set that gets all the products. I think with this, the way the staggered releases, I don't think that's even an option.
Yeah, the wave system, it doesn't work. It completely drives up the product, because they do it in waves, so no one's getting their complete order at start, so they have to charge a higher price. They're gonna, and it is what it is until they
content creators, though, because it makes it really easy. See, I can release it. I can film all my videos right now. I can film a video for release week, and then I can film a video for when the next product releases and the next one. And every time it's like, look, it's crashing. It's coming. Look at the card coming down. It's just like, yeah, obviously, as more product is released, the cards and the packs are going to come down in price. But people are going to have all their market crash videos. It's like, I don't know, man. I think once you've been here, like you said, once we all know what is coming, it almost like takes away the flavor of it. It takes away the
and that's primarily why I don't make a lot of YouTube videos about the market, just because it's the same thing over and 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 over again.
It's like a brand new set gets released, and then a week later, look, the singles are crashing. Oh, are they?
Yeah, it's like
the first PSA 10 sale comes out. Look at the PSA 10. Oh, the next one went for 500.
Yeah, it's like, could you believe the big hit is down 50%? Yeah, happens every release. Yeah, I can.
Could you believe that when they printed more product, prices went down?
No.
Oh my God. It's because no one likes this hobby anymore. That's why it's actually dropping.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, here's the funny part. Then, like, when everything stabilizes, by the time things go on another run later in the future, whatever, however long, a year, 2 years, 3 years, all the people that were there before are all gone by then. The few that are still here, their voices are too quiet, and then everyone is like freaking out again, doesn't understand it. They're losing their minds. They're mad. They're angry. Things are up, and it's just like, all right, here we go again. I can only imagine how someone like Rudy feels like seeing it as many times as he has. It has. I get his demeanor in his videos. The more and more I'm in this hobby, because that's how you feel. You're just like, oh, okay, folks.
That's why I don't make videos, because it would literally be a cut and paste copy of a Rudy video. He tells you how it is. Like this is it. This is what it is. Like it's gonna happen.
I mean, it's been a while since I've posted a video.
Well, it's like, is the price going to go up? Is the price going to go down? Yep.
Well, and it sucks too, because in my experience, there would be that video that I was like really passionate about because I felt like it was actually good, useful advice for people who wanted to start their business. And that video would absolutely flop. And then I would just have some garbage that you would make as like content, and you're like, I made this video last second, like people are just gonna click on it because it's clickbaity, and then that's your highest viewed video, and you're like, what am I doing this for? Like, why does it actually matter? People eat my slop, and then my good content they don't want to watch.
I mean, I've made a few videos like well thought out of how to start a game store, and those have always done my best by far.
You edit yours, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
I will say the edited videos do better than non-edited.
Yeah, my talking head videos, when I talk about the Magic market, do extremely well. If I were to talk about the Pokemon market, it wouldn't do well.
See, it's the inverse for me because I'm Pokemon USA, obviously.
Yeah.
So, which sucks because I want to talk about more Magic, but it puts people to sleep, obviously.
Start a new channel.
I know, right? Seriously.
Magic Mart USA.
Magic Mart USA would be so funny. I'm curious. I'll how do I want to ask this question? So you obviously talked about bulk lots earlier and what percentage realistically that is making for you as a part of your like business's revenue. What would you say is your number one like revenue driver right now? And then what do you think is a good revenue driver for most people that might not have a store, but you're like, this is the move right now? Or it could be the same answer as well, but just in case.
I mean, I would say bulk, yeah, obviously, because it's the most plentiful, it's everywhere, and people want to get rid of it.
Least risk.
It's the guaranteed. I'm gonna say guaranteed. It's guaranteed profit. If you can't profit off bulk, stop selling cards. That's it. Like I don't know what else to say. If you cannot profit off bulk, you can't figure it out, just hang it up. But low-end singles on eBay is extremely profitable too. Like those $1 to $10 cards. You can pick them up relatively cheap. Magic, Pokemon, all that. It all sells extremely well.
Is that what you would say is your biggest like revenue stream right now, or what's your biggest thing?
Biggest revenue stream would have to be just the store itself.
Yeah.
Pokemon. It's just when you have it, when you've been in what?
What do you mean by $1 to $10 cards? Like buying out collections with those in them and listing them on eBay?
Oh yeah, because those lower end cards, people understand you have to make money, and if you're buying a collection that has primarily $1 to $5 cards in it, you can get it at 50%. You can. It's just, it is what it is. You have to be honest with the person you're buying it off and be like, listen, I sell all these on eBay. This is the fees I incur, and this is what I'm going to do with it.
Do you sell the card at its market value, or do you sell the card in like a bulk lot or something?
So what I do on eBay is like, let's say a card's going for $1.50. I'll round it up to $1.99 and then add another $1 to it. So it's $3.99 on eBay. And I run coupons, whether they can combine things and get things for a little cheaper. And people build a cart and they spend $50 or $60 on a bunch of lower end $1 to $5 cards, and that's how you kind of build your margin with variety.
And then you promote the listings.
Yeah, I promote everything at 2%.
Yeah.
So then would you say then that even though the cards are worth, you're listing them. So why? Okay, let me ask you this then. Why do you think people are buying your cards even though they're listed for more than what someone else may be selling it for?
It's a search-based algorithm, not eBay's a search-based algorithm, not a lowest listed like TCG player. So TCG player, it's going to be the lowest listed or direct.
That's fair.
So having a search-based algorithm definitely helps with someone doing more volume because your listings are going to get pushed up a lot higher. Granted, I've taken my foot off the gas with eBay for a bit, just in term of moving the store and things like that. Because I'm like, I don't feel like building out a huge inventory when I'm just gonna have to break it all down and move it soon. Yeah, but it's still a very profitable venture.
You've talked about this on some of your older videos I've watched. At this point, I mean, if you were to recommend it to people, what do you like more, TCG Player or eBay? If you were to start over again,
eBay.
Yeah,
just starting out, eBay.
Yeah. What is it about eBay do you like so much more at this point?
More control. Like you're not competing against the lowest price. You're competing against you. Like someone's going to want to buy the cards from you because of a certain reason. Yeah. Whether it's the picture, you as an individual, or just how you ship speed is huge. Our handling is same day. If you order it before 10 a.m., it's out the door.
Do you also, when you list your cards, like you said, the $1.50, you list it for $3.99. Do you offer that with free shipping, or do you make them pay for shipping also?
No, I offer that with free shipping, but 9 times out of 10, people are ordering more than one card.
Yeah. Are you
There's
paying?
A bunch of reasons too. Like, another one's like someone said in chat, the tracked envelopes, like eBay insures those up to $20. So you're automatically covered on those without.
Yeah. And eBay, if an envelope gets lost, it's insured.
Yeah.
Like you get your money back.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think the main thing you said, the price competition, people in this hobby, man, like especially getting new, they're obsessed with price competition, and like they'll even reach out and be like, "Oh, Alex, it's cheaper here. Why doesn't everyone just buy there?" Because everyone doesn't shop there.
Yeah.
Like I think people have this notion that like people sit down at their computer and they have like 8 screens and they just shop every site across the entire internet, and they look for the exact bottom dime to the dollar. It's like, dude, people don't really do that. A lot of people kind of only shop on one, maybe a couple platforms, and then they find someone who has everything they want. They just buy all from one person. They're not individually shopping every item against you. I think that's like, I think a lot of people that watch these streams are like the top 1%, 0.01% of the hobby. And you have to realize the millions of people that buy this stuff, they're not intensely shopping every bottom dollar.
Yeah. Different marketplaces get different prices. That's just what it is. If you sell singles on Amazon, people sell singles on Amazon. I don't know how that even works, but there's Crystal Commerce. If you're on that platform, they have an Amazon integration where you can sell singles on Amazon. And the singles on Amazon, if you look up a single, it's like 10x what it goes for on TCG Player, and there's still sales on it.
I'll tell you how it works. My literal cousin is buying Christmas presents for her kids, and they know I do Pokemon. She sent me the Amazon list and said, "These are what I'm going to get them. Can you get me any cheaper?" And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, hold on, let me buy all this. Don't buy a single thing." So yeah, that's how it is. It's people who don't know better. They're just buying things for their kids.
Yeah.
How do you list all of your stuff so quickly on eBay? Because that's one of the biggest things I feel like run into.
So I've been using a program, TCG Automate. It's really good. It's relatively new. Do
you want me to plug them or no?
Oh yeah, plug them. The developer is great. TCG Automate's been a crazy tool.
He gets $10 every time he shouts him out.
No, I actually do have an affiliate link. I don't know what it is, but it's there. So figure it out. It's RNG Games.
You're not doing the affiliate thing very well.
I know. I don't do well at all. I don't do anything well.
I don't know what it is.
I do a lot of things, none of them really well. But yeah, this program has definitely helped me out. If you're going to scan stuff and use real pictures and get things listed, I can list probably like 1,000 cards in an hour. Maybe not 1,000 cards in an hour, maybe 500.
Is it an app or is it a machine or?
No, so this works with the scanner, the FI 8170. It's pretty much you feed your cards through the scanner. It'll use the AI to detect what card it is, populate a listing for it. You can have branding on your post. You can have whatever. It's just a great tool. It's very user friendly.
So is it this scanner in specifics?
I don't use that one. I use a more higher price one. I use the FI 8170. You can get the FI 8170 for around like $500 or $600 now.
Why do they not have it listed anywhere?
I don't know. Man. Yeah, he uses that one that they recommend, but I think that because that one's relatively cheap.
Interesting. How much does yours go for that you said?
When they're available, you can snag one for around $400 to $500, but brand new, they were like $1,100 for a very long time because, you know, everyone's trying to sell cards now. So,
are these one of these items you can't just willy-nilly go buy? It's actually sold out.
You could probably get one now. Let me check. Go to Amazon.
Oh, Rob, so all of your eBay single card lists are all real pictures. You don't use any stock photos.
No, I don't use any stock photos.
Wow.
Right now, yeah, 8170 is unavailable on Amazon.
So what do you do for quantity listings?
Oh no, there is one. It's $650. So with quantity listings, what I do is I'll just change a letter in the title. TCG Automate can combine everything for you, but I use a chaos inventory system to where every single card has its own place. So you don't need to know anything about any TCG. It's row A, section 1, card 50. And it's right. You don't need to know anything. And it makes that SKU system for you in TCG Automate to the point where you don't need to inventory anything after the fact it's listed. You just so I'm refilling row A. It's light. So I'll just pick up row A. I left off at section 12. Now I'm going to section 13 and I'll list up 500 cards in that one slot. You know, where the time does get chewed away a little bit is manually like writing on a penny sleeve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the point where I am now getting penny sleeves manufactured with numbers on them. So we don't have to do that anymore. Yeah.
So this like upload straight to eBay. You don't have to like manually make eBay listings then?
No, it just automatically gets pushed to eBay. You get a CSV and you upload it and it just right
Pretty
there.
Cool. Yeah. That's cool, man.
When you're adding the card into the like scanner, I guess, is it something that you're putting it in like anything to protect it or like?
No, you don't need to. So the FI 8170 is very delicate. It's kind of like the Fizz batch with that. It's very delicate on the cards. Sometimes you do have to modify it a little bit. Depends which version you get. But the newer ones, they know that reason why they're selling out is because trading card people are using them. So they've taken out some things in the scanner that were scratching the cards that you no longer have to modify them. So if you get a new one, you probably won't have to, but I would check. There's like a little lever arm in it that you might have to take out. But
so does it scan the card and make the listing for you?
Yeah.
Now here's the question, and this is actually going to be multi-questioned because you obviously have a Roka, you've got a Fizz batch, and you've got this machine. How does each one of them work for you when it comes to holo detection?
None. They don't.
None of them do?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's an added feature that they say is there, but it doesn't work.
So then for hollow cards that you're putting through this machine or other machines, how do you handle that?
Well, I'll pre-sort.
Yeah.
I know the machine. I'm gonna upload all hollows now, so I'm gonna have a stack of all hollows, and I'm gonna go through them and make listings for that, or a stack of all full arts, or all promos, or all whatever. So I'll pre-sort everything and then do batches of the specific thing I'm listing.
Well, so then if it's a card that doesn't have a non-hollow non-hollow variation, like an SIR and IR, it just reads it normally, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's only cards that it has a hollow and a non-hollow variation is where you could run into issues.
Yeah. And with TCG Automate, it's pretty good. So you could do a set filter. So let's say you're just listing anything from Destined Rivals. The AI will be a lot better with detecting the set if you are just listing one set. So if you just feed a whole bunch of mixed cards in it, you're going to run into a little bit of issue with the detection, but it's a lot faster than individually listing every card by yourself.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, if you're able to just feed it through a thing and it makes it where you can now sell these $1 cards for $3 or $4.
Yeah,
I mean,
it has also
shipping, but
graded card capabilities now too. So you can list your graded cards through the cert detection. So you just type in the cert number, the bunch of cert numbers. You can even you get your return from PSA. You just copy and paste all the cert numbers, paste it into TCG Automate, and you can have your cards listed before they even get to your door.
Wow.
Well, the other play with eBay too, like what TCG Player doesn't really do is, I guess the other play could be to build your sales up, volume up to a point where eBay is eventually going to start offering a contract with you for lower fees.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to do a lot of single card sales if you.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is, if you're getting into everything, you start moving more seals, graded cards. I mean,
yeah, that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem with TCG Player is you're never really valued as a gold star seller. Like there's nothing valuable about you. Like you have a gold star, and sure, people can filter by it, or sure you're a storefront and you can filter by it, but you get nothing special out of that. It's not one of these things where it's like, oh, you get
you actually have to pay more.
Yeah, exactly. You actually pay more for the pro feature. You don't get any discounted rates on our fees. You don't get any special inventory management features or abilities or whatever. And I'm not saying eBay's perfect, but at least it gives you some more value, because with eBay, kind of like what Rob was saying, it's a little bit more of the Wild West, where you're going through and you're having to click on listings and check to see the ratings of what people are. And people value that so much more there compared to TCG Player. And on top of that, obviously, like Alex was saying, if you do enough volume, which I don't, do a ton of sales on eBay, so I have no clue what that number is, but I do know people that will get discounted rates on eBay and have negotiations for sales.
I mean, it's a lot. I mean, you're going to get in the 7 figures.
Yeah, it's a bit for sure. But I mean, that's something you can work towards, which sounds crazy to say, like 7 figures, but like realistically, if this is something you want to do full time and you're grinding at, like you can get to.
Yeah, I'd say you can do 7 figures if you yourself alone are doing it on eBay. Like you that's something theoretically you can do. Like not single cards, but like let's say you're selling booster boxes and things like that, and like bigger ticket items. 7 figures is definitely something a single person doing it full time can do.
Well, also sales is revenue. It's sales. It's like
right.
It's not net profit.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is, like, if you really wanted to cut your revenue and just move product to try to like get some deals flowing, I mean, you can start moving a lot of product for very low margin and get up there.
Yep.
I mean, margin is definitely something that's extremely valuable. I mean, that's kind of what I built my foundation of the business off of, because for me, it's one of these things where like, I know everyone's looking at this market right now and they're like, I could never imagine being in a hobby where there's no margin on product. Like I have to make at least 50+% margin.
Oh, my God.
But it's like, dude, I would argue that it's actually better in other instances, because sure, I'm only making $5-10 on this booster box, but I can sell several thousand of this booster box where I'm limited by my allocation allotment. and I'm only going to make this amount. Yeah, it's going to be more work, but guess what? You're also, as you're doing this, for those that have distribution, going to be able to use that kind of turnover to build up your allocation allotment so that when we get back into this market cycle, you're going to have so much spend build up that's going to make you so much money.
Yeah, lose money to make money.
Yeah.
That's how the TCG market industry was forever, and that's how it will forever be.
Yeah. I mean, just think about it this way. Like, and here's the thing, this sounds crazy now because obviously the market we're in, but there will be a time where distros will open up access to people that have somewhat reputable like sales, and they're like, hey, what's your volume? That will happen again. It always does. It happened in 2020 too. And so if you can build up now a business off of your own website or off of your own platform that you've built, or even off of a third-party site like eBay, you can have your cake and eat it too in a situation where you eventually get access to distribution. You not only build up spend off of just high volume, low margin off of those distributor websites, or just, you know, the relationships you have to then get product in the next bull market cycle. But then eBay, if you really get crazy with it, you can then eventually negotiate rates. So you can be building up spend with your distros while also lowering the cost to sell product on eBay pages. And so it's like there's obviously a finite balance of doing it because you're going to have to still have the fees up front. But I know plenty of businesses that literally were just churning through eBay, making very, very little margin, but they were able to like get the prices cheaper for their product because of the negotiated rates they had with distro, which made it to where the margins were slightly better on eBay. But then on top of that, eBay was also lowering their fees, which then made it even better. And so it's like you can use that volume as leverage on platforms very much so.
Oh yeah, that's the same thing I did with when I switched over my POS terminal at the store with Square. I'm now moving over to Square. Like my initial meeting with them, I shared all my sales data in my POS, and they were like, okay, we're going to beat your transaction fees. We're giving you all your equipment for free to get you. And I'm like, okay. And that's, you know, how it works. And, you know, money moves, money talks. You know, if you're going to make people money, I know it sucks to hear when you're first starting out. No one wants to talk to you. No one even wants to look at you. But the more money you make, it doesn't even have to be like net profit. The more sales you do, the more companies are going to take you seriously.
Isn't it funny how like there's so many people that like are upset at that fact and like are upset that they don't get things? Yeah. Like I've never understood that. I mean, we joke all the time about my distro quantities, and it's like whenever I get a box or two, but it's like what have I done to deserve anything? What have I done to deserve allocations? What have I done to get the products people want? I've done nothing. And it's like it's completely fair, but you know, people always just want something for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing like in the store. Like a customer that comes in, always trades in great cards, always buying stuff without a question of the price. Of course, I'm going to take care of that person more than a person who always gives me a hard time, always negative, always price checking me. Of course, I'm going to give that person a better deal than the person who is giving me a hard time.
Always. Yeah. Would you rather have, you know, like you, would you rather have someone running, you know, multiple millions through your payment processor, or would you rather just not have that customer because you're going to hold strong to your point, whatever % more you want? It doesn't make any sense. Exactly.
Yeah. It's, it's relationship building, man. It's, hey,
I've been saying, I said it like 10 times this weekend. People don't value relationships in business the way they used to. And I'm really old school in that. If you take care of me, I'm going to take care of you. And that's how I grew my business. The people that take care of me, I take care of them. I stick my neck out for them because they stick their neck out for me.
And it worked out. It's funny how that works. It's funny when you don't treat people like a number, how that works, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that at least for me, loyalty is something that I always valued a ton when it comes to just my everyday life, like just past the point of business. And so I am definitely willing to fight for certain people if I've kind of felt that reciprocation. You know what I mean? And I say this on both a personal level, but also on a business level, because there has been many instances in which like stuff has been messed up and people have had their butt on the hot seat. But for me, I'll be willing to stick my neck out for them because they've been able to take care of me so many times.
1000%, dude. I'll be your best friend, most loyal friend, and then opposite side, I will be your worst enemy. Like if it's on the other side, like, hey, if we're friends, we're freaking friends. I'll do anything for you, 100% loyal. But if it's the other side, dude, I'm not having anything to do with you, dude. There's no in between for me.
I'm very grateful to say that all the people that I've met in this hobby so far, I've still kept in touch with. And have good relationships. I mean, I feel like, God, I've known both of you guys for so many years at this point, which is weird to think about.
Yeah. It's funny how time flies like that.
I know.
I'm now 40 years old. I'm like,
are you 40?
Yeah.
Bro.
I know.
How you feel?
The wheels fell off a while ago.
Dude, I feel old. I just turned 27.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I just turned 27. Dude, I started this business when I was 21, okay? Like, my business is officially 5 years old as of October. Like, it's just...
Always got to be that one guy.
Dude, it just... I don't know.
Man. Yeah, I didn't start selling anything until I think I was 31 when I actually started like eBay and doing trading cards and things like that. So it's been almost a decade of... Sure, I've only had the store for 5 years, but, you know...
I mean, it was one of those kind of situations, though, and I feel like Alex can probably relate to this because he was obviously starting his business similar to mine. COVID changed so much. Like, it really changed the landscape of how we operate as a society. And so for those that were able to kind of capture that and be self-aware of it, you kind of were able to take advantage of that opportunity and run with it.
Yeah.
So, because realistically, like, I was going to college, like I was working a serving job. I was into Pokemon, but I wasn't obviously doing like a side hustle in the way I was when I started the business. And my goal was to try and go play volleyball in college. And it was one of those things where COVID happened. They shut down athletics programs. My college took a semester off to kind of get themselves together. I lost my serving job because the restaurant closed down. Like, it just was one of those things where it's like, I just lost everything. Now what do I do? And I started to just spend a lot more time trying to find ways to, you know, make money on side hustles. And I was like, all right, well, what do I know? What's something that I know? Because I feel like if there's a space that I can get into, I want it to be one that I have an edge on everyone else because I'm very knowledgeable in, and Pokemon was that edge for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been literally a fan of Pokemon since I was like 7 years old, 6 years old. I've been following it for so long.
Yeah.
I think COVID like forced everyone to like take like introspective look at like their own like situation in life, right? Like it just made you like really like contemplate things and like, am I really, you know, if something like this really does happen on Earth, am I really happy like with what I've done or what I am doing? Like, is making the absolute most amount of money or having this title or doing this really as important as I'm making it out to be? I think a lot of people like readjusted their living situations.
Yeah, there's definitely a wake-up call for some, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was when I started my side hustle. I couldn't go to work anymore, and I was like, let me figure something out. Yeah.
You did.
I guess so.
Do you guys want to take questions? We're an hour and 45 minutes in.
Sir, man, what do you want to ask?
Yeah, right.
How we've been doing after the past hour.
Golly. Man, there's so much to take away. I want to thank obviously Rob for coming on as always. It's always a pleasure. You're one of my favorite guests to have on because I've blown so much smoke off your butt so many times, and I've reached out to so many people and been like, yo, like Mason with Cardinal, you need to connect with Rob. Like I
went down there this summer. I went to his shop.
Good.
I saw that video. What were you guys doing? Just hanging?
Wait, you saw a video? I recorded it all in slow motion. So I went, okay. All right. So I went down there.
Well, I saw a video where like you were at his shop or something, I think.
Oh, maybe. I forget.
Maybe Mason's video?
I had so much footage. I recorded the whole trip. But I clicked the EQ setting on my camera, on my camcorder, and all of the footage was in slow-mo and muted.
Oh no, that's devastating.
So it wasn't a wasted trip. We got to hang out. We went out to eat a few times. It was great. It was definitely fun going there because we were scouting out a location for the card show down there, but it just didn't pan out.
That sucks.
Oh, really?
Dude, I think that's the cool thing about this hobby, and one of my favorite things to do is I love to just meet new people in this hobby and then connect people, because there's so many things you can learn from so many people in this hobby. And you're like, this person's making how much money doing what? Or this person's doing like, and it's great because I feel like, at least with the people that I've talked to, like you and individuals, obviously Mason, and there's many others who I've talked to, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, I know so-and-so is doing this. Let me connect you with him. Or, oh, you know who would be great for you to talk to? I think it would be great if you talk to this person. You guys would actually really get like, it's great because a lot of the people that, like I said before, they're very open-minded in that way, where it's not like, oh my God, I don't want to share my secrets. Like, that's my business model. You know what I mean? Like, everyone is like, hey man, I have a business. You have a business. Yeah. We can learn from each other. And we have got large enough of a pie for all of us to eat. Like, let's just all work together here.
That's what I say. There's enough bread in the pond for all the ducks.
Yeah.
I see like, like Pokemon's in chat, like retrospect.
Yeah.
Like, I just love like all the people like you guys, like I can have like intelligent conversations with, like about the market, about the business, about like all that, where, again, this probably won't be anywhere near top live stream, most views, all that stuff, but it's like, that's cool. It's not for them. It's for us. It's for us at this point. It's because I just feel like in the hobby now, man, the content space is just so far away from where it was a few years ago, where there was like a lot of, disagreements, but like intelligent debates. Now it's just all just like rage bait and like nonsense and drama. And I'm just,
that gets the views, baby.
Yeah. I enjoy this. We need more people that we can have like conversations like this about.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I love doing this. It's like these are the same exact rants I have in the warehouse to my employees, but no one's watching.
That's so relatable. Unsolicited rants that they don't want to hear about, and you're like, you need to know.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people like, dude, I can't do small talk. Like, I'm a terrible small talk person. Like, when I was in sales, like I can do it. Like I have like a personality where I can do it if I need to, but it's just like, it fries my brain. I need to be talking about something like significant, like something of value. And so it's like, that's the same way I am, like even like family gatherings or I'm out. I always try to find someone who also like is in some kind of business or who like understands like finances, or I always try to get in a conversation with someone like that. I can't sit there and just shoot the shit about like nonsense for hours.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Family gatherings. I wish, because every time at a family gathering, it's like, hey, you still doing that Pokemon stuff? It's like,
oh, relatable.
It's like, all right. It's like, I've been doing it for 5 years. We're doing multiple 7 figures. What the fuck are you doing?
I can't do it.
It's always the worst too, when you talk to them about that and then they like don't understand it. They hear that it's a kid's game, so they delegitimize it. But then when they hear how well you're doing financially, then they immediately want to like connect you with someone that you just are like, what are we doing here? Stop trying to network for me. Like,
he has all first edition Pokemon cards. He has since he was a kid.
It's just the most ridiculous thing. Or, oh, can you get a job for so-and-so for me? And you're just like, what are we doing here? Like, I've had so many instances where I've been solicited by people that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Look at Pokey. I got a binder from my son if you want to sell some of his cards. That's another one.
No, I'll buy them from him.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I do appreciate you guys. Like, it's just nice to have these conversations, you know.
No, I love this.
I always love hearing what other people are doing, because like everyone, it seems like, is doing something a little different, right? Like even all the people who, like you guys who own card shops, everyone's tweaking it a little different, right? Even all the people that stream, all the people that, like, you know, whatever kind of business you're in, everyone's got their own kind of sauce, and I just always like to hear, you know, what's working for them, what's working for you, you know.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I went down to see Mason. I wanted to start getting into video games. He does video games. I wanted to see how he ran that, how he did everything like that. I've learned a lot going there.
Does he have a distributor for video games?
No, it's all secondhand, pretty much.
How do you even get distributor video game access?
So it's not hard. It's not hard, but the margins are even less than the worst.
Had a feeling.
Bear market.
How much longer is it really going to be around, you think?
It's like a game comes out at $60, you're buying them for like 55.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be digital soon anyway. I mean, that's why GameStop's pivoting so hard.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it'd be one of those novelty things, though. Novelty is crazy to say. It'd be one of those things where, like, you're a Pokemon store and you've got the Pokemon games in there, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of it.
With the new shop, you know, since we're going to have much more space, I want to be able to offer
space.
Well, the whole store is going to be 6,000 square feet.
Woo!
Back end, you know, it's going to, you know, bring together the warehouse and the store together. The warehouse is going to be 4,000 square feet, which we really need now since I started doing the supply company and the card shows and everything like that.
Supply company?
So then, like, 2,000.
I started a supply company too.
What do you mean?
So I actually have a binder. Hold on. I bought a complete set of Urza's Saga. So I wanted to, these are one of our binders.
So what's it called?
Obsidian Supplies. This is one of our top loader binders.
Because of your love for Obsidian Flames.
Yeah. So this is the complete foil set of Urza's Saga.
You get one of those with everyone's first purchase.
Yes. No. But yeah, so I started a supply company. Binders are our first like item.
That looks pretty sick.
Yeah, we do wholesale. So if you have like a store or anything like that and you want to go on the website, you just apply for wholesale. It's pretty good binders. I use like luggage quality zippers, so the zippers don't fail. Cool. Yeah, like on other binders. I went with the casino red interior. It's pretty nice. I've had a lot of positive feedback on them. I haven't really promoted it as much as I should just because of everything else in the move. But once we move and get into the new location, I'll add more SKUs to stuff, and we're developing a 4-pocket binder of that, and like PSA card guards and things like that. We're making different ones of that. I have another binder with an AirTag slot in it, so you're not going to lose your binder. That's something that we've developed. I'll
take my AirTag off the stockers for Walmart then and put it in the binder.
There you go.
Built-in AirTags into your binders.
Yeah.
So is it just binders or like top loaders and sleeves and
no, none of that yet. I want because everyone does that. I don't want to start doing that. It's just, you know, they just buy I want to make something, but I want to actually make something. Like, I don't want to just order something and just put my logo on it. I want to actually develop the product, pick the materials. We went with the innards of that binder it's actually like the material that's made on the roulette tables. So it's actual like casino style felt.
I like this. I like it as much as we can combine Pokemon in the casinos. I
knew you were gonna say that.
I like where we're headed.
It's a more premium feeling binder, and it's not like a $70 binder like other companies charge. You know, like it's at the price point. It's affordable. $30 to $50 in that price range is like extremely comfortable for a binder, I feel. Once you get up above $50, like some of these other companies charge, it's just like, what are we doing?
If we could make our top loaders out of like casino chips
That's a good idea.
Repurposed roulette die or craps dice for the dice. Like, I like this, the casino strategy.
Yeah, I was at the casino feeling the table, and I was like, wow, I should put this in a binder.
You're like, wow, I'm down $4,000. I need to go to a better place right now. Let's start making.
No, my last time in a casino, I actually had to get hand payout from a slot machine. It was great.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. First time I sat down, first spin. I was like, oh, I'm done.
Did they bring the tax forms with them?
They did. It sucks.
Yeah.
I could never do a slot machine, man.
You got to go to the high dollar slot machine. You can't pay penny slots. You got to do $100 spins if you're gonna do it.
Just oh my god.
Oh man, I gotta hang out with Rob.
I know.
Well, you gotta go there with enough money. You got to go. Let's say you go there with $5,000. That's it. This is my entertainment money. If I lose this money,
$5,000 is insane.
What are you talking about? That's a normal day, dude.
That's a normal day for you, Alex.
It's not an everyday thing, but like once a year, you go and treat yourself to a vacation. Yeah, you can go there.
Hey, no joke. I gotta tell you a story. So we were at the card shop on Friday, and we were sitting down, waiting for something, and the guy sat down. He was talking to us. And he's telling us all about he has gotten the hobby 2 months ago. And he's like, yeah, I'm 10 grand in already. And me and my buddy are like, look at each other like, holy crap. He's like, beats going to the casino. So 10K that would have went to the casino is going to Pokemon, which is good.
I mean, it is better because at the casino, if you miss, you lose everything. But with this, at least you have something.
I have never left the casino down.
Okay. That's got to be a lie.
I've never left the casino down.
How many times have you gone to the casino?
No, I go once a year, twice a year, and I don't go a lot. Like, we go on vacation to Vegas, or every so often, once a year, we'll go to Atlantic City.
Collecticon is in Vegas next year. We got to go.
I might go to MagicCon. I'm going to skip Collecticon.
Next June, dude. First one in Vegas.
It's in Jersey. I never go.
This is in Vegas, though. It's different.
Yeah, I guess.
Vegas is whatever. I don't know. I've gone to 3 casinos in my life. One of them, and this is where Rob and I are so different. I started with $100 and I finished with $212.
All right, you doubled up.
The time prior to that, I played video blackjack with my wife. I was showing her how to play blackjack for the first time. And this is my first time playing blackjack live as well. I'd only played on the app a couple of times. We turned $21 into $205.
Ooh.
So, and then the only other time I did it was for my 21st birthday with my dad. And I was technically up. It depends how you look at this. So my dad gave me $200 as a birthday present. And he I don't want to say this. He had been drinking a little too much the first night. And so he had $200 for himself. I had $200 for myself. And I just remember he went to the room early that night because he wasn't doing too well. And I had a hot night of craps and I had $600 that I worked up to. And I just remember my dad waking up and opening up the the vault or whatever they're called, where you can put stuff and what's it called? Why am I forgetting what it's called?
Safe?
The safe, yeah. Open the safe, and my dad's like, "Where'd all this money come from?" I'm like, "I did good at craps last night." And my dad's like, "I'm gonna reimburse myself." And I was like, "What are you taking my money for, Dad?"
Oh my god!
I thought that was a birthday gift. And he's like, "Well, we gotta eat together, son." And I'm just like,
"Damn, Dad's a savage."
I like to hit the blackjack tables, and I like to make sure I have my own table, and I'll play 3 hands of from 25 to 100 a hand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, well, you go to table first.
Yeah, you just wait because a lot of places won't let people. If it's high limit or something, they won't let you person jump in the middle of the shoe. So as long as you set at a fresh table and you start playing, they won't let people jump in until the shoe's over. And so you can put.
I need to spend more time.
I can't play blackjack.
I'm hearing.
I don't like to play with others.
I agree with you though. I agree because the most recent casino that I went to, like I said, I've only gone 3 times, there's one in Arizona, and I went there for my wife's birthday because she, of course, first time ever playing, blackjack, $21 to $200. This is easy. Let's do this again. And so we went there for her birthday, and she hated every second of it because before it was just her and I at like a video thing. But then this time we're at a table and there's just a bunch of drunk people.
Yeah. Right, because you got to play with them. You're all against the dealer. So if you fuck up someone's hand, they're mad at you, man.
No, she was like, I'm never doing this again, ever. This is one of the worst experiences because it was like me, her, and my buddy. And we were at the table and there was like this drunk person that was next to us. And she kept looking at my buddy and asking him for advice. Should I hit this or not? And he's like, I don't know. Well, I'm going to play your own hand. And it was so funny because she was just bleeding money. And her husband or partner comes in and is like, how you doing, babe? And she looks at him. He's like, not good. And just walks away afterwards. And it was so bad. And my wife was like, I am never doing this again. This was awful. I'm like, but we made $100. We started with 100, made 200. She's like, I don't care. Like, this sucks unless we're going to do like a one-on-one where we have our own private table. Like, not going to happen again.
While we're talking, let's just give some GameStop power packs while we're talking.
I know, right? Let's really get into ripping.
That's PSA and GameStop. I don't even want to talk about that.
Oh my god!
I want to hear about it. What's up?
Well, I mean, you could see what they're doing. Like PSA is buying the cards directly from people, grading them and selling them to GameStop, and they're putting them in their power packs. That's exactly what's happening. That's what drove the few months ago, the insane price appreciation on all these slabs. Is just there's none in the market because PSA is buying them back.
Yeah, and a lot of them will just never hit the market because no one's actually having many of these cards shipped to them. They're just taking the buyback.
Yeah,
they'll even win. People will win. They'll do $100 power pack. They'll hit a $300 card. They'll take the 90% buyback. They won't even the slabs just stay in GameStop's vault.
Yeah,
I mean, it's brilliant, honestly. Like it is.
They actually took my name of Power Pack. I have one on my website. I've had it for over 2 years. Power Pack. It's called.
You got to trademark it, dude. You got to get those trademarks.
I should have. I didn't.
Messed up, man. Dang. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm telling you. I mean, that's the crazy thing about this market, though, is there is like off the top of my head, 10 to 15 different ways where you can make money in this hobby. Like it's crazy.
There's more than that.
I said off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's
off the top of my head.
Hundreds of ways.
Dude, there's so many, like there's people. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you could talk about just general sales of product. You could talk about obviously going to events. You could talk about running events. You could talk about selling graded cards. You could talk about buying graded cards. You can talk about grading cards. You can talk about people that literally just advertise like product for you that they just take a fee for obviously advertising for you. Like consignment is a huge thing. You also see a lot of like, there's just, it's crazy. Like how many different, you were talking about breaker streams. You're talking about bulk. You're talking about like, yeah, it's insane. Like it's funny too. Cause you just think about it and you're just like, why don't I do this and this and this and this and this and this? And then you realize you just don't have time for all of it. But like, there's straight up people that like, cause I was thinking about this the other day. There's like straight up people that just have channels on Instagram and all they do is they just advertise for people. They don't even do anything. That's all they do is they're like, hey, so this person has this card. If you want to buy it, DM them. Here's their DM. And that's it. And they get paid like $15 to advertise that. And if it's a big enough of an item, then they'll charge you a small percentage fee and then they'll have to authenticate it, verify it. And then you all of a sudden have this $200,000 card that they're a part of and they're going to make 3 or 4% on it. And that's going to add up real quick when you're doing that like constantly.
Yeah. There's people that make master sets for people. Yeah. And just charge like a 10% markup and just making the master set and what it costed them just because they don't want to do it.
Think about this too. In every aspect of this, there's like the guy or like the few guys like in every, and they're always different. It's like, you know, the guys on eBay, there's guys on TCG Player, there's the big vendors, right? There's like the people who put on big card shows. There's the people who have like the biggest card shops. It's like the biggest streamers. Oh, these guys are big whatnot guys. These guys are big TikTok guys. It's like everywhere you look, there's like different people that are doing it at the top levels of each one of these industries. And somehow there's not like one company that's doing everything the best.
Yeah. Cause if 100%. You do everything, you're not going to be good at anything.
Yeah, so it's like everyone's got their own expertise and they're like the best at it. And then like other people that are amazing and profitable at other things, they're not that good at that. It's very strange how many different avenues there are and like you can be successful at each one.
Well, and there's also always a middleman to the middleman to the middleman. Like you've obviously got distribution, right? And my program is basically a middleman to that, right? But then you also as well have people that are in my program that create their own sub distribution channels from my distribution channel from distribution. And it just keeps going.
It's distroception.
It's distroception. It's like,
it is, dude.
Like, yeah, it's, hey man, it works. It's great. I mean, it's one of those things where there's enough, man. There's enough for everyone. And there's so many ways to get creative with it where you can go in and you can either do it differently than someone else or do it better than someone else or do something no one's ever done before. Like it's just endless.
How many degrees till it gets to the end customer? So let's see. Gets to you,
I know, right?
It gets to your internal distro program. Then it gets to the secondary distro program. Then it gets to a business that purchases it. Then they sell to a customer. Like
you missed the distro. You missed the distro from the get-go too. Starts at the distro, starts at the manufacturer before that.
Everyone's taking a cut. That's wild.
Everyone's taking a cut. That's why it's expensive. I mean, realistically,
we're the problem.
Yeah.
The problem.
Leave a like, comment down below, everyone. Obviously, links down in the description below for Alex and Rob if you want to check out their channel. Let's do some questions. We'll try and rapid fire this if we can because we're already over 2 hours in. But
bruh.
I know, dude. It's great. Oh man, Flower City Cards always with the best questions. I love it. If you could only eat one cookie the rest of your life, what kind would it be? If you don't like cookies, favorite sweet treat will suffice. I'm going to make this a two-parter. We're going to answer this with a cookie and then just your favorite sweet treat, period.
Okay. Should I go first? I'll go first.
You go first, Rob. You're the guest.
Okay, so cookie, oatmeal raisins, so it's got to be soft.
You just turned 40, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
Okay. And my favorite sweet treat, probably Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, wait. The regulars or the watermelons or the special ones or what?
Regulars.
Regulars are good. Yeah. I love the watermelons. All right, Alex, your turn.
I don't have a good answer for this.
Are you not a sweets guy?
No, I just probably go chocolate chip, I guess.
That's basic, man. Come on.
I'm spacing. I don't know what I would say.
I'm a sweets guy.
What about your favorite sweet? Do you at least have that?
My favorite sweet? What is that? Like anything? Chocolate?
Yeah, anything. It just says favorite sweet treat.
All right. I will go. I'll go the Reese's Take 5.
Oh, really?
I never even heard of that.
Dude, what is that? Like, because it's sweet and it's got like the pretzel, so it's salty.
Oh,
it's
yeah. Okay.
You just keep eating them. It's
chocolate covered pretzels are definitely up there for me too.
Yogurt covered pretzels for me, the like white chocolate ones.
That's hella good too.
Oh, so good. What? Have you never had a white chocolate pretzel?
Not yogurt covered.
Dude, it literally tastes the same.
I'm gonna
white chocolate. It's funny if you.
No, I know what he's thinking. I know what he's thinking. It's not like that.
It's not what you think. It's if you were to take a white chocolate and a white yogurt pretzel and put it next to each other, I couldn't tell the difference.
Right.
I hate white chocolate.
I don't know why they call it yogurt anyway.
Yeah,
you hate
it
white
does
chocolate?
give it a bad.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a big white chocolate guy, but on a yogurt or on a pretzel, oh my god, it's.
Yeah, I'm great. Pretzels. Are you talking salty treats? Pretzels are my thing. I like those. They make these like really dark pretzels that are like almost burnt, but they're like the best thing ever. And they only come out certain times of the year.
See, here's the thing. Although I do like cookies, I definitely don't eat like a crazy amount of them. So there isn't like a specific brand that I can pick. So I feel like
Crumble.
The old dude, I could never.
Garbage.
Yeah, that's
like Crumble?
too sweet, bro. Yeah, for me, I'm probably just going chocolate chip. I know it sounds basic.
You just called me basic.
No, Rob called you basic.
Oatmeal raisin.
I made fun of Rob for oatmeal raisin. He made fun of you for being basic.
All right.
Well, I guess oatmeal raisin is very basic.
No, I would say though, if we're talking making cookies, it's always chocolate chip. I don't think I've ever not just made a chocolate chip cookie because they're my favorite. Like I love a good snickerdoodle. A good snickerdoodle slap hard. But I guess my question is if it's for the rest of my life and I have to.
We don't want to get lost in the weeds with snacks because I was 400 plus pounds.
Yeah, I know we're talking to.
We can really. If you're talking snacks, I know snacks.
That's crazy. That's still the craziest thing you ever told
I
me.
know. Yeah, shout out to Rob on that, man.
I figure you were gonna say like 250, maybe 275.
Yeah.
No.
The fact you lost that much weight, and what's crazy too is I would have never guessed it until you showed me the photo.
Nope.
I would have never guessed it because you just don't hold it at all in your face, which is so lucky for you because I haven't shaved in probably over a year. Because I gained like 20 pounds and it just all goes to my face.
Yeah,
that's the first place I lose it and the last place I gain it, which is good, I guess.
No, that's great, dude. You can catfish some people pretty hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of favorite sweet treat, so yeah, I'm going chocolate chip cookie, even though I love snickerdoodles, chocolate chip cookie. I know this is probably a cheat of an answer. My favorite sweets are Krispy Kreme, but if I were to say rest of my life, it would have to be ice cream because I could have so many different flavors. It's kind of like
we're talking candy.
Well, it says favorite sweet treat.
Oh, come
cherry
on.
dip from ice cream. Oh
I
my
would
God.
definitely take donuts and ice cream over candy.
Yeah, it's his favorite. It literally, dude, you can read it on the screen, bro. I don't know.
Come on.
It says if you can only eat one cookie, if you don't like cookies, favorite sweet treat. So because I will say I definitely love donuts way more than I do ice cream, but ice cream is like, it's one of those things where you can always like, I don't know about you guys. I can never get sick of ice cream. Does that make sense?
No, I throw out the lid when I open it because I know I'm finishing it.
Yeah, like and there's so many different flavors of ice cream too. Like, oh man, I'm craving peanut butter. I gotta get myself peanut butter ice cream. Or oh my god, just a classic vanilla. Give me a vanilla. Like, there's just so many flavors. Like
that's why this question was hard for me. Like cookies and like candy, I don't really eat. Like donuts and ice cream. That's what those are the snacks I eat when I eat them.
But it's rest of your life. If you're gonna go rest of your life, you're probably not gonna get sick of it.
No, heck no.
You know what I mean? Because if I were to choose, if you were to say, okay, well, that's cheating. You have to choose like one item. It can't be all flavors. Then I'm going to pick donuts over it, obviously. And I'm probably going to pick a cream filled. I will say I love cookies and cream, though. Cookies and cream slap so hard. Okay, not
I don't like cookies and cream.
You don't like cookies and cream? No. All right. Well, I do have one other question for you guys, and then we'll actually get back to the rest of the question. What's your guys' top? We'll say top 2 favorite cereals. I'm just curious. I have an experiment I do.
This is easy. Fruity Pebbles, number 1. And then Cinnamon Toast Crunch, number 2.
Golly, dude. It's like an science, I swear, bro.
Dude, my favorite doesn't exist anymore.
No, it's an experiment that I'm doing. And I swear to you, one of those always gets brought up. And it's like, yeah, I feel like when you ask people what their favorite of specific items are, this is just a theory I have. People always bring up at least one of these 2 items as like their favorite.
Mine doesn't exist. Mine was
Pebbles wet with milk, Cinnamon Crunch dry.
Interesting. What about you, Alex?
So it doesn't exist anymore, but it was Rice Krispie Treats cereal.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I'll just take the Captain Crunch of Crunch Berries.
Yeah. Oh my god, you like to torture yourself.
Why?
The roof of your mouth isn't destroyed after eating Captain Crunch?
No, I would say Cinnamon Toast Crunch for me. It's just all reliable. And then I am a fan of chocolate Rice Krispies. I do love chocolate Rice Krispies. It's
Apple Jacks are good too.
Oh, Apple Jacks are great.
Yeah, that's a third.
I still eat a bowl of cereal every single night after stream.
Do you actually?
Before I go to bed, I have a bowl of cereal every night.
Dude, late night cereal does hit.
I can't sleep without it at this point. It's like that ridiculous.
Dude, it's routine, man.
Raisin Bran Crunch too. Sorry. But
what do you see for the future wholesale program? Also, thanks for not running away with all the allocations.
Yeah, who would have had that idea?
Yeah, not Alex. Oh my god. Future of the wholesale program, man. I'll try and make it quick because I could go sit down and answer this question in 30 minutes to an hour because I have mapped everything out. But long story short, the future of the wholesale program is basically going to make it to where you come to us, you just pay with a credit card, do your own marketing, and then we do everything else for you. If you want us to break down product for you, we do that for you. If you want us to sort product for you, we do that for you. If you want us to drop ship to your customers, we'll do that for you. If you want your own like specific style of
shit, you got any slots open?
Yeah, sadly not. Sold out for a while. If you are like one of those people that's like, man, I want to get specific like supplies or specific like acrylics or specific boxes or specific items. It's basically like I want to kind of become the Costco of like trading cards. Like that's the long-term goal for the program. And how that'll probably evolve is I'll probably have like a business membership for like kind of the people that are in the program now. And then I'll eventually have a consumer membership that I'll have similar to like what Costco does. But it's going to be a little bit different though, because it's still going to be like a better rate that we'll have for the business side of things, but you're going to have to go through the credentialed process to be able to do that. Because realistically, like, I think that for me, although am in the situation currently as a retailer that I have to charge closer to market, I would love to be someone that can always be charging significantly less because I like just making things affordable for people. I always like cutting costs. I always like offering a better product than someone else. Costco is obviously a big, kind of inspiration for that. And so like long term, like that's realistically the goal. Like, yes, when the program obviously, starts to ramp back up again, when open availability becomes a thing and we start to max out our allocations again, I'll add more spots and we'll keep growing from there. But I don't want it to just be like, oh, we've got more members and I make more money and you guys get cheaper rates because I've, negotiated with our higher sales. Like that's boring to me. I want to add more benefits to the program that are going to be exclusive to you guys and people that are a part of it, because that's at the end of the day what I think is how a business should operate. You should always be innovating. You should always be adding more value to the product in which you're paying for. Because at the end of the day, if I say you join the program, right, like our last price that we listed it at was $150 a month, right? It's one thing if it's just $150, you get the same value and that's it. It's another if I lock you in that price at $150, as long as you're in the program, it never goes up. And then I keep adding more value to the program where it just keeps paying for itself 10 times over because I'm now adding more stuff and it's not changing how much you have to pay for things. Like that's what I want, because now it's inverse inflation. It's no longer I keep raising the membership. It's like, no, I keep your price the same, but I keep making it to where it's now more valuable. And that 150 keeps feeling cheaper and cheaper as I keep giving you more product and services for you to utilize. Like
follow-up question. What's going to be your hot dog?
My favorite hot dog brand?
No, your Costco in comparison to Costco. What is going to be your hot dog? What's your loss leader?
That's a great question, because I actually have thought of that. Because I love Costco hot dogs and I love the fact that they have a loss leader. That is a great question. For me, it's hard to say because I've thought about it multiple different routes, right? Because like I said, I could go into this for 30 minutes. So I'll try and be quick with it. I imagine it that you come into this place and it's almost like an IKEA experience where you're walking through like a pathway, and every step along the way, you're seeing different items. Like you're in the binder section, you're in the acrylic section, you're in the TCG section for this TCG, you're in the, you know what I mean? You keep going. And then at the very end, it's like, here's a PSA section where you can send your cards into PSA or other grading services, or who knows, maybe we make our own grading company when we're big enough or whatever. And then there's going to be other sections where you can come in and, hey, we're going to authenticate grades for you, or hey, we're going to have a play area for you to come and hang. Like there's going to be multi levels of like things you can do. So it's almost like a mega store in a way, where it's like a Disneyland for like TCG nerds, realistically. And so for me, it's like, okay, well, am I also going to include a food court? Because if people are going to be there for several hours, because they're just going to be shopping and then playing and then also getting their cards graded and doing all these other things, like, you know what I mean? Why not? So it's like, do I go the route of having something similar and then my loss leader is straight up like a hot dog or like a pizza? Or am I going to have a specific item where people come in and our loss leader is our grading services, or our loss leader is a special, brand of acrylics or, binders, or, you know what I mean? So it's like, I haven't figured that part out yet because it's so far away, but it's probably going to be signature line if I were to guess, of a specific item, or it will devolve down to a specific consumer good that you're going to come in and you're going to sit around and hang out. But who knows? Logistically, it could make less sense doing it that way, because if someone's just sitting there at the store for 4+ hours, they're going to eat probably more than once, and then all of a sudden you're losing more because they're sitting more. You know what I mean? Like, there's too much to think into this.
So if you need a membership to get through the door, that's where your money is.
That's where the money is. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like, it's not a margin game. Like, I am making my money in the program off the membership. It's not being made off the sale of the product. So I get my little, points on my cash back, or my,
that's another question.
Points, which is
how much
great.
Points you got?
Golly, I would say I probably have, if we're just talking about right now, points I've earned off the business, probably have like 750,000, and then probably another 250,000 just off of personal. So about 1 million in total. But honestly, the thing that makes me all my points is it's shipping. Because there's this
5%.
ink card.
Yeah.
It's the ink card, the ink Premier, I think is what it is. I always mix it up between the Premier and the Preferred, and it earns you 3x back. And I spend so much money on UPS. It's insane how much money I spend on UPS.
You get 5% on all shipping.
Dude, it adds up so much. I mean, I'm spending $300,000 a year on shipping. Like,
sounds about right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's where most of my points come from, is specifically shipping. And then I also have another card for like business expenses, and we have a lot of business expenses. So I have accumulated several 100,000 over the past couple of months from that. So, because we've been doing a store expansion ourselves, so we've had a lot of big expenses that we've had to pay for, and I've just put it on that card. But yeah, I feel like I took forever answering this question. I could have gone even longer, so I apologize. But a question was asked. I'm answering it.
All good.
Does February typically have a lot of TCG set releases, or just random in 26?
I mean, it feels like it's like that every month. What else? What's coming out in February?
Well, I don't know if it's February, but obviously end of January, we're going to get the next Pokemon specialty set. We're getting Ascended.
Yeah, it feels though like when companies release stuff, they all release it together, it feels like.
Yeah. It's funny because when they came out with the Spider-Man set around the same time as Mega, they were like, oh, this is the first time we've ever seen a set release on the same date. And I'm like, well, if we're just talking the actual street date, but I feel like the amount of times a pre-release has lined up with a street date of another TCG, I feel like it happens all the time.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like the people who have the most skin in the game, the businesses and people who buy the most, are actually like the least. They know the least about it. I feel like the people online that deal, they're the ones that like know more about it. People will tell me about like new sets and releases and leaks and stuff before I ever know anything about it. So I think that's the funny part, is like all of us are just like, I don't know, maybe. Other people are like really worried. Oh my gosh,
sometimes
that's coming out. It's like,
I'll get a shipment from Konami and I'll be like, oh shit, that comes out today?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
all right.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
I better make a listing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. It will be like, wait, what product's coming out today? I owe how much money?
Yeah.
I find out most of my stuff now like off like my own Discords and like comment sections or stuff. Like honestly, like everyone always knows all the information. I don't know. I truly don't know how people like know as much as they do all the time. Like it seems like you would have to be like critically like engaged all the time, watching like all the content, reading all the leak sites. I don't know how people do it. Like I don't know how people stay up to date with every single TCG, all the releases, all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I see a comment to act like you don't know when releases are taking place is ridiculous.
I seriously don't.
No, that's someone just said, and I mean,
that's what I'm responding to ball player.
Yeah,
like, yeah. I know that
7 employees they take the reins on that.
I know Ascended Heroes is the 30th. When the other products come out, couldn't tell you. I don't know when any other TCG releases are. I don't know the leaks for the next Pokemon set. I don't know the hits. I don't know anything. I swear.
Yeah. Maybe there's a week before I'll know, but that's about it. But I forget.
Dude, there's so many TCGs, so many that you have.
I'm not lying. I'm not. I have no reason to lie. I'm that. I guess I'm that removed from it.
We have a calendar at the store for it. That's about it.
I should do that. I should do that.
Yeah, my wife did that because she kept asking me questions for new set releases because she never knew. And then eventually I just was like, just go to this website. They'll tell you the new set releases. And then she just wrote it on a calendar. And that way everyone can, see it when they come into work. All right, here's what's next.
Yeah, it's not our business to know though. Like it's our business to have the product on the shelf when it's released. Like, so if I know it's coming a week or two beforehand and I have it on pre-release day or release day, that's all I really care about. Here's what I've always said from the very beginning. If you can't take any actionable steps to make a difference, knowing or not knowing, it makes no difference. Like if knowing something's coming 2 months ahead of time,
as long as I hit the button on the distribution website to order it, that's it. My job is done. It shows up when it gets there.
Then when it gets there, you can start doing things and worrying about it. But until then, it's like it's something you don't even need on your brain.
My job is to know when to lock in. That's my job.
It's the worst too, because like, it's not just, there's a new set release. It's also, they come out with new products. It feels like every single month for Pokemon. And so it's like, all right, we've got these EX boxes. We've got these tins. We've got this special other item that's coming out. And so there's always a bunch of set release dates or release dates for specific products that are coming out. And then more than ever nowadays, it feels like stuff gets delayed so often that it's just like, I was told this was when it was going to come out, and now it's this date, and then that date just got changed, and it's just like all over the place. And so trying to constantly keep track of release dates for products throughout multiple TCGs.
Well, it's also a lot easier to do it if you're just doing Pokemon.
Oh, so much easier.
Like I do every game.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. Do you think Prismatic Figure Collection is a sleeper item? 11 pack and 2 promos. Been trading my Sans Club Lucari boxes.
Yes. That's it. Just yes. Buy them. Buy them. Buy them.
All right, we'll go rapid. Starts with Prismatic is always a buy for me.
We'll go rapid fire then here. It's 5 years from now. What does the Pokemon space look like? Where's Prismatic 151? Where are the Bubble Mew and Moonbryon? I feel like we could ask this question all the time.
Higher.
More.
Thoughts on the recent PSA situation? Anyone know about that?
Oh, where they were regrading 9s and making them 10s, and then.
Oh, is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
Wait. What was happening?
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So a guy got his submission back, not back. He's seen his submission results and resold it back to PSA, and then just so happened to recheck the certs, and now they were magically 10s when he sold them back.
Allegedly. Yeah.
I mean, here's what I got to say about that. Probe scene, I'm back on eBay selling right now. Auctions are selling. They're going high like always.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole probe scene thing was last week. This week it's PSA. Next week, maybe it'll be something else. I mean, last year, what was it? The CT scanning. Before that, it was, pack weighing. It's just, there's always a new thing and nothing ever changes.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like, how much validity do you really put in it? Because there's so much misinformation that comes around. It could be possible. And if it gets investigated, great. Would love to hear more about it if it's true or not. Otherwise, it could just be another thing that someone's saying, and then it could be just completely a false flag.
What was that one scandal with those special cards that were like someone found after so many years in Pokemon, and then they all they were fake? Like, I just feel like there's a scandal every few months in Pokemon, and
yeah, but it's quickly forgotten. Yeah.
it never matters. And like everyone makes such a big dude. I remember when the CT scan thing came out, people
Oh my
were
gosh.
literally dumping every item they had, the sealed, all this is over. And now like most people in the hobby don't even know what you're talking about.
Yep.
MTG buy sell hold Spider-Man Avatar TMNT.
Hold.
I will buy Avatar. We got to hold Spider-Man. I think we're selling TMNT.
If
you're talking collector boxes, hold.
I'd probably agree with that, honestly. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Yeah, Spider-Man's dropped too much. We already got asked that question. No, I'm not going to answer in 5 to 10 years where Prismatic is. Sorry. So many times. Seems like during this last boom, there's been a glut of grading because of flipping. When people can flip as much during a downturn, you think there's a significant fall in graded values?
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
especially lack of interest in the product, lack of interest in the hobby itself. Just because you can't flip it for instant profit, there'll be lack of interest in the graded cards, and due to the freaking pop reports are insane, there'll be lack of interest in buying those. It's all an economy together. So yeah, if the overall asset of Pokemon lowers in interest, of course the graded cards will follow the same lead.
But I think one thing people also need to understand, though, is that scarcity will always be shifting, because, before it was like, oh my God, this card only has 100 pop. And that was considered scarce. And 1,000 was considered a lot. Now 1,000 is considered scarce. And 10,000 is considered a lot. And so that is going to constantly continue to keep going up as the market of Pokemon continues to increase every single cycle. But obviously, to Rob's point, it's the times in which there are downturns is where you will start to see, obviously, a lot of that glut from the overgrading of specific cards. But then, of course, once the next bull market cycle happens again, all of a sudden, a lot of those cards that were seen at the time as very little in terms of its grading are going to be valued a lot differently, because population reports for the newer stuff is going to be even higher. Yeah,
I mean, there's some cards that I would argue that have more graded 10s than are raw copies in existence. There's it's insane.
Yeah.
Felt that a problem if Inter starts to go down. Like if we get to the point where they're printing less cards in the future each year, that's when you'll start to have a problem with older eras that have higher populations. But as long as the hobby keeps growing, I don't think it'll end up being too big of an issue in the long run.
Question for Rob: do you charge MSRP for Magic like Pokemon?
No, I mean, Magic is very rarely ever MSRP. So
what is MSRP?
It changes. It's all over the place.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, because if you charged MSRP for a product and it's not going for MSRP, no one will ever buy it. So you have to charge what it's going for. My booster boxes in store, I think for Avatar are $139 or something like that. MSRP should be what, 180 something, I think. So if I put those boxes for 180 something, they would never sell. No one even knows what MSRP should be for Magic half the time, just because it's not. They just brought it back, and it's really hasn't done anything.
It's such a ridiculous number, dude. I remember. I don't want to get into it.
MSRP for Final Fantasy was what, 209 and change. Now the Final Fantasy booster boxes are what, 120 something. I don't know.
Rob, will you still sell an MSRP to your league players when the market changes again?
No, of course not. Of course not. I mean, of course, if they're going for 110, I'm going to sell them for 110 or 120, whatever.
Do a lot of your league players actually buy singles? Is the juice worth the squeeze to run the tournaments? Do they buy other items when they're playing in your shop?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you have 40 people in your store. Of course, other things are going to sell. You know, as far as singles, maybe not the full arts and stuff like that, because people don't want to spend, you know, $200 to bling out their deck in Pokemon. It's just really not something a lot of people do in Pokemon. Sure, there's people that do it, but what will sell is all the supplies and all the peripherals that go along with that, that have tendency to have higher margins on them. You know, some of the best margins you'll ever get is on supplies.
It's obviously you're not losing money, but it's almost like a loss leader in a way, because you're getting people through the door by obviously having a lower, like you're lowering your margin to get people through the door so that they can also buy other product just because they're there.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
well, I'm here, might as well grab this.
Like I could sell booster packs for $9 or $10 each when they come out sometimes, but offering it to the league players, you know, if you go 3-0, you get 6 packs and they only spent $15, you know, of course that will lose me money, but capturing a customer for life, hopefully.
Just scalper, dude.
Scalper, get him. Links down in the description below. Go get him. How do we stop GameStop?
Just stop going there, I guess. I don't know.
There you go.
They must be. First of all, we have to agree they must be stopped.
Dude, it's crazy though, because remember when GameStop was going bankrupt and everyone was like, "Oh, they deserve it." And now it's like they deserve it to stop doing good. We need to stop them.
I like GameStop. I'm a GameStop guy.
Dude, it goes back to the whole, like, who's buying the stuff? Like, obviously, they're selling the stuff they're selling.
Yeah. They did a very smart move. I mean, they were dying and then they pivoted. And guess what? A business that can pivot and recognize what is popular in the market deserves to survive.
It does take a lot more time because, of course, GameStop has a lot of bloat, a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of chain of command. Smaller business people pivot a lot quicker. And, you know, it took them a while, but they pivoted.
What are the chances? I'm going to say like 1%.
That would be a crazy.
What about that post of the voice actor of Ash or whatever signing those tops? Did you see those? It's like the same signature thing. Like, yeah, that they put on sports cards. She had like a whole page worth that she had signatures on. So I don't know what's going on with that. There might be like a Topps 30th anniversary of Pokemon.
Thank God I just got in with Topps.
I mean, that's exciting, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt we're going to get serialized for the 30th, to answer the question, though.
But signature cards.
Given the Fusion Strike is an A-tier set, 2 to 3 year older than SV era, and packs have stagnated at 14, could 151 and PF or P Fates maybe already made their run and stagnate there too? Wait, hold on one second. How is Fusion Strike stagnated at $14?
Because, dude, nobody, I'll tell you, as a streamer, and I'm sure every other streamer can back me up, nobody wants to open Sword and Shield. Nobody.
Well, yeah, the hit rates are terrible and the packs are so expensive.
Why would you open Sword and Shield where the pull rates are horrendous when you could get the same price or better for like 151, Paldean and Fates, Mega, you know, Destined Rivals? Why would you open Sword and Shield for the same price? Doesn't make sense. So they're just not getting opened. Scarlet Violet's still just like getting ripped like mad. And
well, it's going to come a time when those 151 packs are $30 each, and now people are like, let me go to Sword and Shield and try that. I don't want to spend $30 for a pack.
Now Crown Zenith packs keep getting more and more scarce, and it seems that the price keeps going up because they still get opened.
And there's good hits in them, and it feels good to open.
I mean, dude, Fusion, I can't tell you how many times on stream I've went through 5 and 10 packs in a row with no hits. It's just like,
I guess the thing that doesn't make sense for me though is if we literally look a year ago, Fusion was selling for $5 a pack. And like, I understand that the price movement over the past couple months hasn't been more than like a couple bucks, but like, it's not stagnating. It's not like it's one of these things where it's been 6 months to a year and this pack hasn't gone up in value.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can say it's slowed down, you know, more than stagnating, but yeah, obviously, to your guys' point, that's why.
I think 151 and Paladin Fates have enough going for them that is going to keep people opening them. So I don't think they'll stagnate.
How much did Alex during the match?
He was hanging on. He was there.
It's called learning. Alex learned a lot.
He was taking it in.
There we go. Am I a fool for buying heavy in DR boxes now? I can't help but thinking, and Pokemon's planning to limit DR box supply like they did with ES and TT. They didn't though. They didn't limit ES and TT.
What's TT?
What TT? Wait, what is
team up?
Oh.
Tag team? Oh, they probably meant tag team, but it's team up. I don't know.
I guess tag team. Yeah.
Bucky's. Bucky's logo. My favorite place on earth.
They're building one in Arizona, dude.
Oh, you're lucky.
Oh yeah.
Dude, what is up with the Bucky's? Why is it so scary?
Come on, it's a magical place.
I get it. I've been there. I'm just saying, like, why is there such a cult following for a gas station?
It's not a gas station. You're underthinking it.
I'm underthinking it.
I guarantee you that if you're doing a long road trip and you're stopping at a Bucky's, it's probably a pretty great experience.
Oh, for sure. Like if we're on a road trip and I know there's a Bucky's nearby, of course I'm going to wait and stop at that other than another gas station.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a fool for buying into DR boxes. Let's get to that.
Right. You're not a fool for buying DR. DR is going to do a good long term regardless. But I just want to make it clear. They did print ES. They had another wave, but the thing is like, so what happened was during 2021, at the very back half of it, they finally got caught up with printing product because COVID caused so much supply chain issues that they were constantly delaying items because they just weren't able to print a ton because of COVID restrictions. And they finally got caught up on printing things, and they printed a large amount of all the Sword and Shield era boxes. And so because of that, Evolving Skies tanked, and it went from $200 down to $100 a box. And you could go secondary market and buy it for give or take $5, like $100. And eventually it ran back up to 200. I want to say like a year later, and then they had a small reprint, and then that dropped the price down to like 130. So it's not like it was this item that was just like, always expensive and you never had a chance to buy it. It's like, no, this is an item that was super duper cheap forever. And Tag Team as well. Same thing with Tag Team. Tag Team was $100 a box for so long. So the thing is like,
now the one box that wasn't ever cheap that most people forget about that's never mentioned was Ultra Prism.
Yeah.
Remember the big thing was Ultra Prism never got a reprint. Then like at the tail end, they threw some more product. That was like $150 box forever, like out the gate. I remember.
Yeah.
And spending $150 on a booster box was really expensive.
That was crazy.
People forget that. Like,
I mean, you had Crimson Invasion, which I know it's Crimson Invasion, but you could buy that for like in the 60s. That's how bad that was doing.
I always remember Ultra Prism being more scarce than even Team Up.
Yeah, I think people assume that like these items are expensive just because of scarcity, but also demand plays a huge factor into it. Because realistically, like, yes, Tag Team was printed less, but it wasn't printed less because it was such a hot set and they wanted it to run. It's actually because Tag Team flopped out the gate. People were huge like haters of the Lovebirds. They thought that was a super dumb card and no one wanted to buy it, which sounds crazy to say now, but obviously art changes, appreciation changes, right?
I had Darium's Pokemon open me a box for 1,300 bulk back then. Back then they were like, did like 1,300 bulk for a box on stream or something.
Dude, it's like Pokemon is not looking at DR and saying we're not going to print it because it's one of our most popular sets. That's not it. They're going to print it if they think they should. They're not going to print it if they don't think they should, and they should move on. That's just kind of it. Like, and sometimes too, when I say that, like they're going to decide whether or not, it's realistically, we don't know how long it takes for them to print things, but there's instances where they're like, you've had enough time to pick this up for a certain amount. we're just gonna move on to the next item. Because realistically, like we never really got a reprint for Paradox. We never got a reprint for Temporal Forces. But that's because they were cheap for so long. Why would they ever reprint it? You know what I mean?
I know a lot of people are banking on this again, like this idea that Pokemon's not reprinting booster boxes, they're reprinting other products. And yeah, I mean, it's what they've shown this year, but I'm not like banking on that idea forever. If we know one thing with Pokemon, they're always changing. I mean, the thing in like XY and in Sun and Moon was always reprinting booster boxes. Then in Sword and Shield, they went to like reprinting ETBs like crazy. And now it's all about like bundles and collection boxes. They could always go back to booster boxes.
I mean, for like a 3-year stint, they would always reprint product during the holiday season, and that's not been the case at all.
Hey, there's still time. There's Costco drops coming.
Well, they're definitely prioritizing big box stores for like the ancillary products like that. That's
Rob, here's what happened.
I get.
Eli didn't renew his Poke Notify subscription, so he just doesn't know. He just doesn't know.
God, I'm such an idiot.
You're out of the loop,
stop paying for the Discord after the Costco drop stopped. Messed me up, man.
Re-sign up for Poke Notify, you'll be in the know.
I mean, yeah, I said this last time and or like a couple weeks ago. I think that if you really want to see a normalization in prices in the market, you need to stop sending it to big box retailers and you need to start sending it to stores that are going to go off of market price. Which I know sounds crazy to say, but realistically speaking, scalpers are a big part of course, holding up the market because they have no agency. They just go where the money goes. And scalpers' floor is MSRP. And so if you sell to a bunch of places that are going to allow them to buy product for MSRP and then sell it for markets, then they're going to have a way to make money. But if you go sell to a bunch of stores that just sell it for market price, scalpers aren't going to go there because they're not going to make money. And so realistically, the more you start to push away from market price, the more you're going to see there be a much more disparity when it comes to scalpers playing an impact on the market, which I know people don't like to say that, but realistically, if market price is $120, I don't see why you would complain because it's going to be below MSRP. It's only an issue when you start to see there being less supply at LGSs. I don't know if you agree or disagree, Rob, or any input.
I mean, that definitely is, but you're never going to get Target and Walmart to sell at market price. It's just not a thing that will ever happen.
I'm not saying that they do that, but I'm saying that as you transition into pushing more product into big box retailers, it only exacerbates the issue with scalpers because they're the ones that are going to sell product to people that are then going to resell the product and actually be able to make margin.
It's just all around. There's no way to control it. That would probably stop it 100%, full send stop. But then you're taking it away from the families that want to get it, and
or just raise MSRP.
I'm not saying big box retailers, of course, go off of market. That's not what I'm suggesting. But I'm saying that if you want to look at the root cause of the issue and you want to say, what can we do to really like affect the price of cards? It's you do reprints that aren't put in big box retailers, but instead get put towards LGSs. Because then you're going to see the supply get put in the hands of stores that are going to initially price things at market. And then as the supply continues to get added, it's going to slowly drop or aggressively drop in most instances.
Yeah. Nothing will create or price more than an overstocked LGS. I'll tell you that much. No.
You guys are just going to scalp it though.
Yeah,
there'll be nothing to scalp if they get it.
Exactly. They'll just be all left holding the bag.
Yeah.
Oh. We'll have Rob take this one. Are Bloomer Commanders deck sets worth holding long term? I'm seeing them for around 120 online right now.
Yes. At 120, there's almost no downside. Like I'll tell you right now, I get them for like 109, 110, something like that. That's
that's ridiculously cheap.
That's almost wholesale.
Here, I can take this one, Eli. So, guys, when you look at the playability of the
deck, what's your favorite commander, Alex?
When you look at the playability of the deck, you look at what Mox Alpha's saying on the deck's worth.
Yeah,
throws in Mox Alpha there. There you go. Here's a question for you, Rob. you would know this probably better than I. When it comes to them printing commander decks, do they follow the same rule when it comes to Pokemon and like being in rotation?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Because if I'm correct, Bloomborough doesn't rotate out until February of 2027, right?
Yeah, but I think there's still stock available, so the odds of them going back and doing another one are very slim.
So I guess my question is like we had that initial Ixalan reprint, I want to say like a year ago, and then we just had another one.
But it was a baby one. It was like
it wasn't a baby for at least us. At Southern Hobby, they had we probably as a program bought around 3,000 or 4,000 of the Ixalan commander decks.
All right, then I'm misinformed.
Yeah, that was of wait, I'm sorry. Are you talking about this time around was a baby one or the time prior to that?
I'm confusing when I bought it, but I didn't was there one recently?
Yeah, an Ixalan reprint happened like a couple months ago.
Oh, then I completely skipped it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there was a reprint that happened about a year ago, and I know we as a store bought like 700 of them.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, we bought 700, and then the program as a whole, I bought like at least several thousand. And then there was another reprint for Ixalan that happened recently, and I think we bought anywhere between 500 to 1,000 as a program. So it's definitely smaller, but
yeah, normally they do one or two reprints. You know, Final Fantasy being the one that they really freaking printed the shit out of.
Oh yeah, Alfred says we bought as a program we bought 3 pallets of Bloomborough and Ixalan, or sorry, of 3 pallets of Bloomborough, not Ixalan. Well, I know we bought a lot more Bloomborough than Ixalan, but how much Ixalan did we buy? We bought at least 500. No.
I like how Eli really knows what's going on in his store.
Shut up, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but at 120, that's like almost wholesale. So I would say, yeah.
I love how Alfred, I can see him on the sheet. Him and I are both racing to look and see how many we got. Let me see how many commander decks. I can actually answer this question real quick. Sorry. So it looks like we had. Yeah, no, I was right. Oh wait, no. When was that date? Hold on 1 second.
I got to get an Alfred.
Dude, Alfreds are great.
You know what's so funny? So like people actually thought Alfred was like a fake name, like kind of like, you know, Bruce Wayne, Alfred. They thought it was like the name you gave someone like based on like that does everything, and it's actually just a real dude and it's his real name.
So if you look at our Ixalan pre-orders going back to September, we're at around 43. So we're a little under 500 right now. So yeah, we didn't order a ton. We did get way more Bloomborough though.
Yeah, but Bloomberg's on their second or third reprint. What was but they're still available.
So Bloomborough had a reprint. The first time it was tiny. That one was small. And now Bloomborough, we got 3 pallets worth of Bloomborough in the program.
The last one I got too, and it was very, very large.
Very, very large. Yeah. So
it's gonna take a while, but at 120, it's like there is a really good deck in it. There's multiple really good decks in it.
How do you feel about Okay, this is a personal question now. So we'll see what you say, and the program can hear it. Or people that are watching can hear it. I have some Ixalan that I bought from the first wave, and we were going through a transitionary period with the business, and I didn't sell a ton of the decks right before the reprint, because typically what I would do is I would sit on it and then, oh look, reprint's happening, let me start dumping it. I didn't do that because we just had so much going on that I didn't have the chance to go through and do that. And so of course a lot of my Ixalan decks that I bought a while ago that were 50+% margin are now like 15% margin. At this point, would you just be like, hey, we need space, get rid of it? Or would you just wait for it to go back up again? If
you need the space, yeah. But if you don't, sit on it.
Yeah.
Because the dinosaur deck, man, the ramp deck is so good.
It's disgusting, right, Alex?
Yeah, it's strong deck.
Strong deck.
It's just strong right out of the box, and it's so good. And It was $120 at one point.
Dude, it was 145 at one point.
Yeah, I remember I sold my last one for 125 on eBay, I was upset that I ran out.
Yeah. Do you think there's a possibility that Ixalan or Bloomborough could get reprints for their Commander decks?
I mean, anything's possible, but I don't see them going back again and doing it again, especially after because when did Lost Caverns come out? Like, had to be.
It's in the same block. So if I'm correct. So I know that at least Caverns rotates out in February of 2027. I'm pretty certain Bloomborough does too.
I mean, it's possible, but it's actually more possible now that they didn't make a Commander product for Avatar. They might be putting some of their printing power towards reprinting those older stuff because they are more complex to make.
Yeah. No, it looks like it's part of the same block. Yeah.
So it's more of a possibility now that they skipped out on a Commander product with a major release. And Spider-Man too.
Yeah.
But at 120, there's not really much downside.
I know. It sucks that they're just so small of items, so storing them is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, kind of like with ETBs, they just take up so much space.
Yeah.
I'm not getting it. Whatever. Our trading card world attempting to keep loose packs prices intentionally low by posting astronomical amounts. I call BS. They don't have the stock? Question mark.
I know. Okay, I don't know about trading card world, but I know there are. So I know there's people that are definitely trying to like manipulate things because I've seen one day I was searching TCG player and almost every set of like Scarlet Violet Sword and Shield there was the same two sellers and they were like low feedback sellers and they had all their prices like $40-$50 under what the price were, and it's like so people are definitely trying to like play with the listing to get other people to list low and get them to think the market's falling more than it is. I would be very like careful with like the whole TCG player charting system and listing system. Don't undersell yourself. Don't overbuy yourself. Like
4,400 packs really isn't a lot.
Yeah, I just check things against like eBay. Check things against other places. Like don't make TCG player the end all be all for pricing is what I would say.
All right, let's take a couple more questions and then let's get out of here. Because we've been going for 3 hours, guys. Thanks for stopping by, obviously, Rob. Do you think the hourly sorting bulk by hand is better than just getting a second job?
No.
How long did you sort bulk by hand, Rob?
6 months.
That's it?
Yeah, I was 6 months in the business when I said I can't do it anymore. My eyes were bleeding. I bought the machine, and it was the best thing I ever did. Paid for itself 10 times over.
It's pretty nice. Rob, do you have some? So I mentioned this briefly before stream. Does Rob have a similar program to the wholesale program you have? You need to show the SaaS platform for when it's done.
No, I don't. Close.
This guy.
The people that are in, and the people that want to get in can't get in. There we go. I like to keep it small.
He's more asking. I think what he's more asking, because shout out to Prem for this, is he's the guy that I was telling you that was helping me with developing the website.
Oh, okay.
So he's saying that if he were to build something like that for me, could he solicit with helping?
I have someone building something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe you can work with my guy.
All right, we'll do one more question, then we'll get out of here. This is a question for Rob. Does TCG automate, I assume, price cards accurate since a lot of them are reprints or rarities, or do they or do you have to go in and price them?
So there is a feature that it does pull TCG Player market price, but I don't price things according to TCG Player. I have my own pricing, so I do change the prices of every card. You know, I do mark them up on eBay. But there is a feature in there I think I haven't used it in a month or two. They've been aggressively putting features on it. So if I don't use it for a week or even a day or two, there's new features added. So I think there was a feature added to automate pricing, but I'm not 100% sure because I haven't used it in a few weeks. But I do remember seeing an email about that. I mean, try it. If you don't like it, stop using it. It's really good. You got to get in there for yourself because it's changing daily.
I feel like I need to get one of the machines and then also get TCG Automate. I feel like that's the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get a lot of listings on eBay really quickly, it's definitely good.
All right. Anything either of you gentlemen want to say before we wrap it up here? Get out of here.
Nah, man, Rob, thanks for coming on.
Go. I gotta pee. I'm about to piss my pants.
Well, thank you so much, obviously, for stopping by, Rob. Really appreciate it. I'll just sign us on out here, guys. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe. Really helps the channel out. And as always, if you want to check out both of these gentlemen's channels, link is down in the description below. But until then, we will see you all next Monday. Peace.
Bye.